Honk. What's going on, everybody? Man, that honk just never gets old. Welcome, everyone, to January 7th. It is Tuesday, January 7th, the year 2020, and it is just about 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and it is time for some awesomeness with the Night of the Nazgul gamebook illustration stream. That's right, we are back with our unique combination of gamebooks and fun times and art, and we are looking forward to it, and I hope you folks are looking forward to it as much as I am. I don't know where my Night of the Nazgul thing just went. There it is. That's what I was looking for. So we are very excited for this today, and I can't wait, and it's going to be good times. But before we get any further, I do want to remind everybody about ways to support the stream. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to follow the channel. Check out the YouTube channel on !ArvTube, the Twitter on !ArvTweets. Please retweet this stream so we can get more people in here. And I'm glad you're hyped for more game books. I am also hyped for more game books as well. So you can find that again on !Arv tweets. Please retweet the game stream. That would be much appreciated. !Arv Cord is where you can hang out with the Arvanauts on Discord in between streams, and that has continued to grow, as has the YouTube, as has the Twitter. So thank you for all of those stuff. What's going on, Coven? Hello, man. And hello, Kilobyte. And hello, Echo. And Rudinell. And I'm sorry I missed you, Lone Wolf, but hopefully I will see you later on. So we've got that going on, and you can find out about all of this, including our schedule, which is now just about finalized, basically, which is on arvineleron.com. I also sent out my Patreon newsletter just about 25 minutes, maybe about, actually a little longer than that now, about an hour ago or so. That got sent out, so you'll be able to see that as well. On the financial side, you can always support us by supporting the shop, and I do want to mention that because since this is Tolkien Tuesdays, and we usually do either this or we're going to be doing, of course, Adventures of Middle-earth in the next couple of weeks to come. Now is the time to remind everybody that you can actually get shirts with some of the amazing art that you're about to see being produced by this person. TariToons illustrations also show up on these Adventures of Middle-earth stuff that we've got on my shop, !Arv shop. The shop also has stuff for the Infinity and Beyond crew, which is currently playing Curse of Strahd in my D&D campaign there. And we'll soon have some Esper Genesis stuff up there as well, so that's always important and helps us out here. !Arvtreon is the Patreon that has ticked up a little bit in recent days and weeks, which is great. 323, but we want to keep pushing higher because that really is the financial backbone of the channel, and it really does help keep things going and allows me to commission things like that awesome video that you just saw. So please make sure to jump on board with that. And then last but certainly not least, also you have inspirations for players. Those inspirations, by the way, although it won't come into play today, but they are all updated for January, so everything is now current as far as inspirations are concerned. And we've also got, of course, that subsystem, which is sitting exactly, Big Boss. See, you can get the shirt. It doesn't cost so much that you'll lose the shirt off your back. It's a win-win. Exactly. It's a win-win and a stylish win-win. And then last but certainly not least, that sub button. We lost a few of the some of the subs that were gift subs, which of course is what I expected. That always is going to happen. So we are, as I say, every time this happens, then the floor of subs gets higher and higher, which means when we have those drop-offs, the floor is always higher. So we're back up to about 81 subs now, I believe, which is fine. Like, again, that sub floor continuing to go higher really does make a difference, and it allows us to demonstrate to Twitch that we have a community here that's worth supporting and growing and moving us towards things like, for example, partnership and stuff like that. So that's what we've got going on over there. And again, inspirations, custom sub badges, sub emotes, and things like that. So always worth it. Exactly. Even if you lose that shirt, you get a new one. Exactly. So today we've got Tolkien Quest, Night of the Nazgul. At 4 p.m. today, I will be over on GOG for my usual Pen and Pixel show as I move into the home stretch of Return of the Obra Dinn. Next time you'll see me after that will be, unless there's a bonus stream, you will see me on Friday for some Esper Genesis. And I do want to mention, and then I believe Curse of Strahd is coming up on Saturday, I do want to mention that we have a new show which was originally going to premiere tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern, but that has been moved back a week for a player conflict. This is our community D&D game, which is going to involve Shadowed Mage as our DM, and it's going to have Echo Alpha X5 and Kilobyte and Rock God and Hoodie playing Dragon of Icespire Peak. So it's going to be a new D&D session taking place a week from tomorrow, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, and that's going to be awesome. So I'm very excited for that, and I can't wait to see more D&D stuff like that growing. We also have Emberwind that's all been pitched. We've also got pretty much everything is happening this month except for the Rambo Academy for Wayward Writers will not have a class this month. She'll be back next month, but otherwise everything looks like it'll be full. It's very, very exciting. What is this that I'm looking at? Hey, he got it. All right, good. Outstanding. I hope that serves. I just sent that off to our good friend Coven Guy. And yes, that is Mythical from the anthology from Origins. And I should say that anthology, we have a new one coming up. The Origins Library is well into preparation, so that is going to be very exciting as well. It's going to be good times. But having said all of that, the time has come for our awesomeness for today, and that is the return of something which we were not able to do in December, but we're back today, and that is with the live illustrations of Tolkien Quest, Night of the Nazgul gamebook, with none other than our very own TariToons. And as I head over there, I say hi for the first time in 2020 to Terry. Hi, Terry. How are you?
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
I am doing well.
Oh, wait, you asked me that first. Wow.
I did. That's
great
okay.
Start.
I figured you just did me like an arrow cutting thing, like a ninja thing. You're like, haha, I asked you the same question.
No, I'm just really not here with my brain.
Okay.
I'm doing good aside from being super confused today, so never mind me. I just had a cup of coffee. That should help.
Okay.
A bit, hopefully.
Okay.
So yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. And stuff. I hope you all had a pleasant, that's the word I was looking for, a pleasant party night, whatever, transition into the new decade, whatever.
Transition.
Boy, don't just mute me again. I'm just gonna draw today.
Yeah, as everyone points out, it's been a full year since they've seen your majestic artistry. So it's been,
a full year.
Yeah, it's been at least
Absolutely.
2019. So, but yeah, no, we're back for this, and actually Terry and I were geeking out about various shows that we've been watching on various things in different places and stuff. And so I was commenting about my love of the Mandalorian, and we were chatting about that, and then we were chatting about how sad it is that the Hobbit movies aren't better, and
which is like the topic we talk about every second stream, basically.
Yeah, basically that's right. It's like the Pinky and the Brain thing. Like, what are we doing today? Same thing as always, trying to conquer the world. Like, we're always talking about.
It's always talking about the Hobbit. Yeah, the Hobbit movies.
I mean, there's worse things to talk about as a main subject, right? I mean,
so we are still on the Tolkien books. Like, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we're still doing Night of the Nazgul.
Yeah, I thought we finished that one, but no.
No, we have one more session of it, and then we'll wrap that up. And then I think we were planning on doing two of them. We were going to do Night of the Nazgul and one other one, and then we were going to move on to another set. So we've got one after this, but I'll talk about that when we get there. So yes, I did see your link, Coven, and I'm glad that you got it, and I hope that it passes muster. That story actually is a reprint. My story Sanction is a reprint of a story that I had in an anthology a few years back, and I was proud of that one. Ask me sometime and I'll tell you about the origins of it. But anyway, I did sign it in two places, not just in the front, but I signed it on my story itself. So thank you.
But yeah, speaking of shows we watch, because what I didn't mention earlier, and I was going to mention that because transitions, like everybody's probably wondering, what the hell is she drawing there?
Yes. I see a unicorn.
Yeah, like you see, no, it's not a unicorn. It doesn't have a horn.
Well, it's hidden under the hat, right?
I can make it a unicorn if you want.
No, it's okay. What is it actually?
No, it should be a Pegasus actually. Never mind. Oh no, like because I've also been catching up on My Little Pony, which I hadn't watched since the movie came out, which is a long time ago. And then I saw like some spoiler pictures on the internet. I was like, well, I guess I need to catch up because I was kind of burned out and all of that. Because people who don't know, I'm a huge Pony fan actually.
Would you say that whole thing has had a significant effect on your drawing, Terry? Or was
oh my god, yes.
Okay.
Like especially on like poses and anatomy and expression and all that, because I don't need to draw hands, so I can so I was able to like concentrate on all that other cool stuff and like color. I got so much better at coloring thanks to that. Like, oh my god, like that show made me like infinitely better at art. Like I made like giant leaps when I started drawing pony fan art. But yeah, anyway, so since I didn't know what we were playing today, I just figured, I'm gonna draw Arf as a pony.
Oh, this is me? Now I see with the hat and the glasses. Oh, I am honored.
And you're holding the quill,
yes. Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty sweet.
But yeah, you want to be a unicorn, you said.
No. Now that I see what it is, I'd rather not. I actually appreciate the hat just as it is.
Okay, do you want wings though?
Well, look, I wouldn't say no to wings. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you have a feather as your logo, so it makes sense.
I was gonna say, yeah. Like, I mean, if I'm gonna have that, I mean, I'm just about that. Wow.
Blah, blah.
So now I got to get. Clearly, I got to get that on a shirt. Like straight up, I got to get that on a shirt, and just walk around and be like, "What's up? What's this? That's my pony. That's my pony." And they're like, "Really?" I'm like,
everybody
no,
will
really.
be like, "Oh, that meme is like so 2011."
And I'm like, "It's my own goddamn meme. Suck it." Exactly. Why the long face? Oh man, I love it. I love it. I will continue to do. I will rein in my worst impulses. Don't get me started on the horse puns. These will not stop. That's awesome, Terry. Wow. I am honored and excited now.
I had to mute myself there because I got like the biggest coughing flash from laughing. So
I'm excited. That's actually really cool. Yeah, so I think that's very appropriate for our dark Night of the Nazgul game book. You know, a pleasant pony with a hat. I feel like that's
Nazguls have ponies. They're like the
True. I imagine this pony facing down said, in quotes, pony would probably be, you know, they would not what it would confuse them, right? Like they wouldn't know what to do with it. They'd be like, what? You know.
First of all, they're tiny.
Right.
Like I know. Like, do you know anything about the show?
I know. I've seen. I think maybe an episode.
Okay. So
I know the '80s show, but as we've talked about, that's very different.
Okay. So no. Like that has like little to do with it.
Right.
No, like so basically there's this whole alternative universe going on, and you have like characters traveling in between them, and in one universe they're ponies, and in the other one they're humans.
Okay.
And by that show you can like tell in reference to each other how tall the characters actually are compared to humans. And they're about like dog or cat size, basically. So try fitting a whole Nazgul on there.
Well,
that would work.
I'm 6'3" in real life, so you'd have to make me like Stone, you know, like the Rivers dog size, I think. If you're gonna make it dog or pony, or like pony show. That's cool. No, I have seen a very little of it, and it was the same animator, wasn't it, that did Powerpuff Girls?
That's a bit misleading. It was like the main showrunner was the co-creator of the Powerpuff.
Okay.
So Craig McCracken was the main dude who did Powerpuff Girls, and his wife, Lauren Faust, was the co-creator, and she was the main dude on the My Little Pony reboot.
I see. Okay.
She was like, I think, the main person behind Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So.
Okay. Which I barely remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No. So now, because I thought it was similar to it, but anyway, that's cool. I'm very excited for the pony, and this will be good as we sort of talk a little bit about our recap as we go through this. Also, Big Boss, in answer to your question or your comment about it, I think that cave episode, I think the term that we also use for it is a bottle episode, which is basically comes from originally Star Trek. This idea of crew in a bottle, where basically you have an episode that costs a lot less to film. Usually it comes after a really expensive episode, and so you do one that's like really cheap and like has like the crew just all in one space, so it's a lot cheaper to film and so on, and they usually call that a bottle episode. And yeah, sometimes that creates these restrictions. It's quite possible it felt like that. I mean, the sort of the way that they film TV these days, where you just do a ton of episodes in a row and then you just kind of split it into parts, changes that up a little bit, although The Mandalorian is much more episodic, which I think is a good thing, than a lot of the sort of new things where we, like Game of Thrones, where we just have one enormous story and then you just split it up to 6 million parts. So this one is more episodic, and therefore it takes place in different spots. But yeah, it's quite possible. I mean, listen, the reason that The Prisoner is good is the same reason that The Mandalorian is good, and it's that the showrunners know what they're doing. It's a great story, well shot, well directed, and well acted. And if you put those three things together, or, you know, well shot, well directed, well acted, three things together and combine it with a great story, then you have a winner. I mean, I could not be more impressed with how well they did with The Mandalorian. Like, there were little things occasionally here and there, but for the most part, the show really lands. And if you think about how many shows that we think are classics now sucked in their first season, Next Generation, there are a bunch of shows that were terrible in their first season and then really picked it up. This show is already great, so I can't even wait to see what's going to happen in seasons 2 and onwards. I mean, I'm super excited. Also, it bodes well for Kenobi, the Kenobi show, because it gives you the impression that they're really going to put effort into it. So, Mandalorian, it's so great. Dragon Spear, oh god, so great. And yes, I do remember that, Coven. But anyway, but enough of that. We are here for some Tolkien and for Nazgul, so let's do it.
And ponies.
And ponies. We are there for all of it. So let's make it happen. Am I getting a beard too?
Well, I mean, awesome. You have a beard. So.
I know, it's awesome. I'm just so excited. Anyway, so
I don't know why though.
You don't know why?
Why you are so excited that I'm drawing you as a pony? I mean, even though you are have no connection to that show whatsoever.
Well, no, it's that I'm being drawn in any respect. Like, you probably don't know about this. I mean, I don't know why, because at conventions you have people come up to you all the time. Anytime anyone does anything involving stuff of mine, or in this case me, and I'm converted into some other world one way or the other, or my work is, I'm just like, wow, because...
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it, because that's why I do that with myself all the time.
But I mean, like, it's just awesome, right? Yeah, but that's the thing. I have no such ability. I could write myself into a story, I guess, but I can't. I mean, God, if I draw myself into a story, I'm like, look, I made myself into a scribble that a 3-year-old would do better at. Like, so your capabilities, it's awesome.
Yeah, but I became okay, that sounds weird when I say that like that. I got the ability to do that because I really wanted to envision myself as part of these stories that I grew up with, So
well, that's fair. Yeah, but okay.
I mean, people always say always talk shit about self-insert fan fiction, but let's be real here. Most artists and writers and other forms of artistic expression out there have started with something in the vein of that and got good because of that.
Yep.
So
totally, 100%. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, the fan fiction thing is a bunch of gatekeeping nonsense. Honestly, I wouldn't, oh well, that's not real. It's garbage. Of course, it's real. I would say that fan fiction. Now, I would not necessarily put someone who's been trained for many years or whatever, and someone says, hey, I love this so much, I just wrote a story, and now can you publish it and put it at the same level as it? I wouldn't necessarily say that, but that's not the same thing. Most of these people, 99% of them are I just really wanted to see these characters in this world, to which I'm awesome, please do that. That's obviously great. And this nonsense about oh, you're not a real this kind of fan if you do this. You're not a real writer if you do this. That's nonsense. You're a writer. You
are not a real fan unless you can make air move fast.
You know what I mean? It's just, come on. And it's so anyway, but in your case, it's talent married with training, combined with this. So I'm it's not me just imagining it.
I drew fan art all my life, so it's
yeah, but you also worked, I know, but you that bred you into it, but then you really worked to become a gift, you worked to become a trained artist also, right? I mean, that was the inspiration, but then you worked hard at it on top of it to even develop it even further. So again, yes. I could imagine myself as Aragorn, as I often do, and I could pretend that I'm blah 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 blah. But if I try to draw myself as Aragorn, I'll end up doing what I usually do, which is drawing a peanut, which is basically the only thing I can essentially draw at the moment, and and that's going to look silly. And so whereas in this case, so if I tried to draw myself as a pony, it would, and you don't want to know what it would look like. So I'm incredibly vain. You stop, Kilobyte. No, I'm just excited. That's fandom, right? It's excitement, honestly. Another thing to be excited about is this book, which we really do need to get into. So I'm going to do that. We have been traveling through the world of Night of the Nazgul, and what happened here was that a mysterious figure, who I never identify with, character Strider.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Most of the picture is cut off.
What it is? Oh, because I just had a blank canvas at first. Hold on, let me fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I want to make sure that's... I want to get this full thing. I like to envision myself as Aragorn. These are true facts. All right? I do, and I have the right to feel that way, and that's just fine, and that's really awesome. I think it's so silly too. People are just gonna be like, "What?" If I were a pony, Aragorn pony, this would be the way it is. That's freaking epic. I love it. No, I'm Aragorn. Oh my god. Anyway, good to see you, Rhiannon. What's up? So we are playing Night of the Nazgul, and our character, whose name is Laura Hopesinger, has been commissioned by Strider to warn all of the areas that we possibly can and most importantly, Hobbiton, which is on the other side of where we were at the moment, about the coming of the Nazgul. Now, what we've got so far is the following people that we have been able to warn. The Marish has been warned. The Bridgefields has been warned. Whitfurrows has been warned. Tuckborough has not been warned as of yet, and Buckland was not warned. But Hobbiton could theoretically still be warned because we're heading to the west to kind of get there. But always as we're doing this, we're also thinking about time and about the time frame that we've got associated with it. So the deal with that is that if you look at the let's see, I think it's this one. There we go. If we look at what we've got right now under items and artifacts, you will see that skill equals time, luck equals strength, which is 8, stamina equals endurance, so we have 28 out of 36, and then these are various bonuses. Right now we have 3,045 minutes, I believe it is, that has been spent so far, and we calculate it in terms of minutes and sort of time frame to figure out how many days, hours, minutes, and so forth that we've spent, because if we go over a certain limit, then it'll be too late, and Hobbiton will be destroyed, and blah, 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 blah. So we need to make sure that we don't do that, and when we last left our heroes, we were in 19G. So for this, I'm going to pop up what I think is side 2 of our map. Nope, side 1 then. Wait a second here. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So when we last left our heroes, we were in... What was our latest save point? Oh, I'm sorry. Our latest save point was... 8D was all the way over... Okay, that was all the way over there. So the last save point that we have is 19G. And you can actually see the hex of 19G, which is currently cut off a little bit, I think, because of the way I have things here. So let's see if I can move that out a little bit. You and you panic. You come with me. Okay, move that like that. There we are. So right now, 19G, you can actually see on the right, sort of the rightmost window. So the map right now is on 2 windows, and you can see right next to my awesome pony that's being drawn. You can see that we've got the row of hexes, and if you go all the way to the left side of that one little window, you'll see it says 19G, which is Woodhall. Now again, we are currently standing literally at the path that leads to the west, and I think what we had planned to do was to try to cut as fast west as we could, go to Tuckborough, which you can see is 27H. That's all the way to the left side, all the way to the western portion of the map, and then go directly north along that path to warn Hobbiton. So I think that's what we were looking at. So again, from 19G, go all the way west down to Tuckborough and then up, I believe is what we had planned. Now, with that said, we ran into trouble when we tried to just go on the main road above, the east road, because the Nazgul were watching it. However, the path that leads through the forest, like the direct path, is not necessarily in as much danger from what we understand. And we obviously don't want to waste time because, again, this is time sensitive also. So that's what we're looking at. So right now, we have got... we are here on 19G, so I will read that description. And let's see, we just arrived in Woodhall. Right, so it says this. As you near the northeasternmost edge of Green Hill Country... Oh, we need... sorry, I forgot about this. We need music. Let's see. What do we got for music today? Let us try... The Mandalorian theme song. No. Let's see. How about... okay. We could try the Tolkien soundtrack. So, you know, the Tolkien film soundtrack?
Is it out yet?
Oh, yeah, it's out. It's been out.
I hadn't known.
Yeah, it came out last year.
Oh. Is it good?
Yeah, it is. It's a little too invested in Tolkien as just this guy who did this one book. I mean, he did a lot of stuff. I mean, they cover some of it, and so, but they make him a little bit. It's a little reductive, I guess I would say. Kind of reduces him a bit, but in general, yeah, I liked it. It was not bad. It's not, yeah, I mean, it's not amazing, but it was okay. We also have The Hobbit. Oh, wait. I take that back. Middle Earth, Rivendell, music and ambiance. Okay. What does that mean? Does that mean Lord of the Rings music?
Can you give me the link?
I will do that. Okay. Yes. Okay. Link coming. Although, now this is movie soundtrack. I wonder if that's a problem, actually. Maybe I shouldn't do that, because it's movie sound. Now that I think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Abort. That's a bad idea. Instead, we will go with this. We should go with a game here, because that way we will not run into trouble. Let's see. Okay. I think we're going to do this one. Alright, I used this once before. So I'm going to put it in there. There we go. Lord of the Rings, Volume 1 for SNES. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, Chad, how's that? Is that too loud?
Link, please.
I did. I put it in the Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Didn't notify me.
Is that too loud, Chad? Is that okay? Also, you're absolutely right. The Tooks and Brandy Bucks were bad. I mean, listen, Coven, the Tooks and Brandy Bucks were badass anyway. Remember, Bilbo has a little bit of Took in him, the Tookish side. Peter Jackson will knock on my front door one of my Twitch revenue. I would shake Mr. Jackson's hand, and I would say, great job in Lord of the Rings. You botched it on The Hobbit, but, you know.
He probably knows.
He probably does. Exactly. He probably gets. He's like, yeah, I get that all the time. Is everything okay sound-wise, folks? Too loud? Or is it okay? Can I get a sound check from chat? Sound check. Sound check. Check 1, check 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Sounds good on your end? Okay. Good. All right, then, here we go. So, with Laura Hopesinger, thank you, Shadowed. With Laura Hopesinger, let's make it happen. So, as you near the northeasternmost edge of Green Hill Country, you arrive in Woodhall. All right, now, let's see. How long has your journey taken? So, it has taken so far 3,045 minutes. And to be clear, 3,045 minutes divided by 60 means it's taken 50 hours, and that means that it has taken 2 days and, let's see, 2 days and almost 3 hours. So, 2 days and 195 minutes. So, it has taken less time than that, so we are doing pretty well. So, turn to page 433. Okay. Welcome to Woodhall, the village sign reads. Located near the woody end, this charming hobbit town opens its arms to you. Come to me. Word passes through the village that you have come to warn the Shire of a coming catastrophe. Some say it is another long winter. Suddenly, a tall, 3.5 feet tall, hobbit stands forth, a took, he tells you, and bids them all be quiet. Let us say no more of this in the open, he commands. Okay. Took takes you to a home of a meal of bacon and eggs, only his third meal of the day, he tells you. He mentions seeing suspicious-looking characters in the neighborhood lately. 3150, okay. Pick a number and add your perception bonus. Okay, now, the way that we actually do that here is we roll 2 6-sided dice, and then we're going to add our perception bonus, which, as you can see on here, is 2. So I would like someone to ask, very cute, Kill. I would like someone, what's up, Nonstop, to be willing to volunteer to be our dice roller for the day. You can choose to roll 2 normal 6-sided dice. You can also roll dice online using the WotC dice roller. Do I have a volunteer to act as the die roller? Coven Guy cannot be in charge of dice rolling because he's driving. Look, man, I think you can multitask. Okay, I'm just kidding. Just joking. Echo is here.
Don't dice and drive, kids.
Okay,
there.
Echo Alpha is here. All right, Echo Alpha, I have faith that you will bring everyone home today. So 2 6-sided dice. Please just give me the total of the 2 6-sided dice that you roll, and then we will add the perception to that. So we will have Echo with Dragon Spear as a backup, if needed.
You get a +1 to every roll if you have a dice ring.
If you have a dice ring.
because it's topic.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
If you have one dice ring to rule them all.
Yeah.
2 6-sided.
But you also get like a billion shadow points, so.
Yeah. That's very true. I can't because I'm at dialysis. Wait, Kilobite, you're at dialysis? So you should have them right there. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Please tip your waitress. Try the veal. Oh, man.
So, what do I have to draw?
I will let you know as soon as we hear. Okay, 2 and 6, 8 plus 2 is 10. All right, thank you very much. Okay, 6 to 12. Thank you, Echo. So, Took believes your tale and promises to get word to the other farthings. Mark on your character record that you warned Woodhall, and note the time. We have warned Woodhall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Tuckborough. Let's see. Buckland. Let's see. Bridgefield. Woodhall at 31:55. Okay. They have been warned. That's true. Lets you choose roll max by expending a willpower. That's really funny. Yeah, thank you, Echo. All right. So, good. They have been warned. That's right, he believes me. He also promised to get word to the other farthings. Okay, mark in your character record, and now move on. Okay, so now the way you move on in this game is very simple. You can see your little chart right here, folks. You can see that right over there. And the chart right now actually has us in hex 19G. So now the question is, where do we go from 19G? So, which way should we go? Now remember, we're trying to get to Hobbiton. What we talked about doing was going directly west down the path to try to get to Tuckborough, which is all the way to the western side of the map, and then to go north. And we have to do it as quickly as we can. Obviously.
Way?
So,
This
which
way?
way?
That way? Away?
Which way should we go? Where's my Arvany witches at? The which way should we go? So, do we go? East is 16G. There it is, Echo. There's Rhiannon. I love that emote so much. Okay, so east directly would be, that's not at all what it would be. It would not be 16G. I clearly can't read. It would be 18G. So east would be 18G. Southeast would be 18H. Nicest thing is that once I do this once, then I just have to change each one of them by one. Let's see. Southwest would be 19H. West would be 20G. Northwest would be 18F. Or north, which would be, let's see. Oh, not north, rather northeast. There we go. I was going to say, how did I do this before? Northeast. So actually, northwest would be 19F, my fault. And then northeast would be 18F. All right, so now is the time to get your votes in, folks. Going to the west would be 20G if we went there directly through the forest. We have to try to warn, presumably, Tuckborough, and then up to Hobbiton and so forth. So, which way should we go? $, vote, space, and then the number that you want. That is what we're looking at.
This is gonna take a while, isn't it?
I don't...
Because then I'm just gonna color this one. What's your favorite color, Arv? And why don't I know that one? Because it's blue.
My favorite color is red.
Red, actually. Okay. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, I know how to do this.
Is there a tattoo of my logo on there?
Like, yeah, like, it's a cutie mark. They all have, like, tattoos on their butts that resemble, like, that they stand for, like, their special talent and stuff.
My special talent is my logo. I'm just trying to think about me as human.
For now.
This is somehow found on my buttock, apparently. This tattoo. I just want to be clear about where all these things are supposed to be. Okay, so votes now. $ vote. Let's make it happen. We've only got 2 votes. I know there's a lot more people watching than that at the moment. Let us get your votes in, folks. Which do you... Oh, and I should also move this map out of the way.
There's a cat making noises at me. How dare she?
I can't imagine why Lorelai would be doing that. All right. So, I'll try to show you just a little bit there. You can see right now. So we're on hex 19G. You can just see it. A little bit more. We're on 19G right now. So basically, if you were to go back to the east, that would be 18G. Southeast would be 18H. Southwest would be 19H. West would be 20G. Northwest would be 19F. Northeast would be 18F. Right now, I've only got 2 votes, and I need more than that. So let's get our vote in. $ vote space for where we're going to move.
This music is like appropriately cheerful.
Mm-hmm. This is vote random. Now, you realize that Northeast is going the opposite direction, right? Like we're supposed to be going west. Northeast is literally bringing us the opposite way.
What do you mean supposed to? Are you railroading us again?
I don't mean, no. I'm just reminding everybody that there is the whole business of, you know, like actually trying to save Hobbiton. I live in the Northeast, I want to go home. Yeah, let's You visited Outland today. You asked about Icarus, the graphic novel. Yeah, well, it wouldn't be up there yet because it hasn't been yet re-released as of yet. So yes, why are we voting for Northeast, people, when it's going literally the opposite direction? Oh, well, go change the vote then, because these are the options. We're 19G, right? So Northeast is basically it's up and to the right of where we are. 19G is Woodhall. So Woodhall is, you can actually see Woodhall on the map. If you look in the rightmost window where the map can be found, on the left side of that window is Woodhall. And above it is 19F. To the east is 18G. To the southeast is 18H. And then the best way to Mordor is we had to see. We're going the opposite direction. We came from there, is my point.
We came from Mordor?
We came from Mordor, yes. Change vote 7. 7 is not there we go. Is not an option. Okay, so nonstop has changed to northwest. So again, we are right on the path. So heading directly west would lead us to 20G. If you wanted to go directly west on the path towards Tuckborough, that would be 20G. If you wanted to go, so that's what the deal is. Okay. So now, having said that, yeah. So the Icarus graphic novel would not be out yet. It looks like delivery of that is going to be probably, or my guess would be May is the delivery for that. Late April, early May for Icarus. And of course, Jelinek is already finished; it's already in layout. But as far as that one, that's probably the old edition, and that's cool. I'm interested about that. But you visited Outland today. So they must have gone to a Comic-Con. I'm trying to think where they would have gone, because I mean I have been at a number of Comic-Cons, but I have never been to San Diego Comic-Con. So they must have traveled like into the New York City one, which I did go to once. I was there for a panel. Okay, we're also going to last call this. So right now the vote is northwest. Okay, now I will move this map back over so we can see what we're doing. The other thing that would be nice is that once we actually get off of this area, we can get off that little ridge, and then we can actually get into the west side where we're not going to be interfered with. So, all right, last call. Going once. Going twice. And... all right, poll closed. Whoops. Okay. All right, so we are heading to 19F. Okay. So that means we're 1 hex up into the forest. All right, 19F. Here we go. In the Green Hill country, you wander through the solemn woods, thinking that maybe you'll meet some of the elves that are sometimes seen in this area. Also, we are up to 32:45 in terms of minutes. You'll see some of the elves that are sometimes seen in this area. Pick a number. So please just pick a number now, Echo. So just roll the dice and tell me what the number is total. This is just picking a number. Pick that number.
You know, Arv, I can never really tell what your hair color is. It's like blonde-ish, right?
Yeah, my hair is blonde.
Okay. Because, like, first of all, you're always wearing a hat. So,
Yes.
and you have short hair, so...
Indeed. That is the case. Oh, a 3 total? Okay. All right. A 3 total. 19F. Okay, so that means move on. All right, so we are now in 19F. So now, things would be this way. If we went straight back to the east, we can go straight back to the east. That's 18F. Again, that's going the wrong way. Southeast would bring us right back to Woodhall, which again would not be... We just came from there. So let's see, 18F, 19G. To the southwest would be back on the forest path, heading to the west. Or we could go directly west, which is still in the woods. Or we could go to the northeast, or northwest rather, which would bring us out of the woods and would bring us east of Frogmorton, if we were to go that way. That's 20.
Didn't we use this soundtrack like the last time around also?
Oh,
Because
did we?
all of
Yeah.
this sounds very familiar.
It's quite possible that we did, yeah. It's quite possible. And 19E. Yeah, I know.
Soundtrack recycling, Arv.
I can't do that. What am I, a typical Star Wars composer? Hey-oo!
Oh!
I mean, although frankly, given that you're following the great John Williams, I mean, I can't really say much about that. All right, there we go, folks. Should be ignoring our mission of making toast. No. Should be eating second breakfast.
What about third breakfast and
what about
fourth
second
breakfast?
Northeast. Would you stop with the... Okay, so Kilobyte's just going to be playing the role of Strike Ninja today. So he's just going to be like, nope, let's go back away. Let's go home somewhere. You have to save your land. You have to save your people, sir.
I mean, I could just ban him if you want.
No, I don't want to,
Oh, that sounded convincing, all right. Are you pondering if you should ban him?
No, I'm not actually. I was more sort of looking at chat's decision-making processes.
Oh,
I was marveling at democracy. That's what I was doing.
Oh, yeah. Democracy,
the wonders of
the
democracy.
downfall of something.
Democracy, the downfall of democracy is democracy.
It's like when people are talking about like why communism doesn't work, and it's like communism can't work because communism.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Democracy does not work because of democracy.
Yeah.
Okay. Change vote 3. Okay. So we have 3 votes, split evenly, and 2 votes for the troll decision of Northeast. And going to... Actually, I guess, Northwest is also leading us up to Frogmorton. You can see right on the very edge there that Frogmorton is another town there. The problem with that is that if we go all the way up there and then head west, then we're going to be on the road again, and then we might run into trouble with, those pesky Nazgul. So there's that.
Or I have another stupid question for you.
Okay.
What's your eye color? I just know it's light.
My eyes are blue. Kind of
Also-
like a hazel blue.
Okay. A hazel blue?
Yeah, well, they're sort of,
What?
I guess,
Isn't that
bluish.
brown?
I guess bluish gray. They're not brown. No, they're like bluish gray though. So like my son's eyes are bright blue, and mine is kind of a grayer blue. There you go.
Okey-dokey.
There you go, Dragon. I had to compress it a little bit, but I think that's a little better. So right now we are sitting in 19F, which is if you go 3 rows up from the bottom and all the way over, you'll see 19F is in the forest, and so you can see where things lead. You have green eyes, Dragon? Green eyes, Mr. Burton.
It's not easy being green.
Green with envy. Mine are blue. I win doubly. Do we all do eye color in caps now? All caps, really? Mine are brown. Mine are blue.
Yeah, I also have like this grayish blue going, and so depending on the lighting, they actually have two different colors. But it's like subtle. It's really subtle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
what
one has
Rudnell
like
said.
more of a green tinge, and one has more of a blue tinge.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
But like overall, they're more gray than anything.
Yeah, because my wife's eyes are blue also, but like in overcast weather where it's really gray outside, it can kind of reflect, and it sort of is more. It's a lighter shade of blue. Yeah, exactly, Rudnell. Hazel blue is blue with gray and gold streaks. Yeah, that's mine. So hazel blue is my eyes. That's exactly what they are. Not unlike Strider.
I have to Google that.
Also like Aragorn. All right, so we have a tie here between Northwest.
Oh, it's like
and
when you have
Northeast.
that little ring going on around the pupils, apparently.
Also, diet can affect eye color? Really? That I did not know, Shadowner, actually. Yours actually changed
Well,
color
I mean,
without
if
the
you
lighting
like
change.
eat enough salt, your eyes will turn yellow. So.
Well, yeah. I guess that's true, actually. If you did some things, they would, yeah. Jaundice, like if you're unhealthy. If you're sleepy enough, your eyes are all red.
Yeah.
Or if you become the Incredible Hulk, that also turns green. Yours changes color without the lighting changing. All right, so we've got last call, folks. We need someone to break this tie. Right now, we've got 1 vote for Southwest, 2 votes for Northwest, and 2 votes for Northeast. And right now, we are in 19F. So the question basically is, do we go up to Frogmorton, which is to the northwest? Do we go straight through the forest to the west? That's 20F. Or do we go southwest, which leads us back onto the path and heads towards Tuckborough? Or do we, for no reason, wander off and therefore ensure the destruction of the world and the coming of the Nazgul, and also ensure that there will never again be second breakfast or crispy bacon? I have spoken. Which, if you've seen The Mandalorian, you'll know what that reference is.
I have not, because I don't have whatever that Disney subscription service is called.
I'll just say, this is the way.
What is it called anyway? I keep forgetting.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, the show?
No. The subscription service. From
Disney Plus. Which is I mean, $6.99 a month, and they have a free trial, and they have a lot of, like, if you have Verizon stuff, you know, depending on where you are in the world, you can get special deals, but, I mean, you know, it's all the Pixar, it's all the Star Wars, it's all Marvel, so they do, I know you're more of a DC person, but they have, they do
well,
have
like,
a lot
to
of
be
different
fair,
things.
though, like, as far as, like, film and TV is concerned, like, okay, maybe not TV, but film, definitely, like, Marvel is, like, better off than DC.
Yeah, so this has all the Marvel stuff, too. There you
Yeah,
go,
but, like,
Echo.
the thing is, I have most of the stuff on DVD or Blu-ray, so... I have, like, almost all the Disney movies, like the animated ones, on either DVD or
So they
Blu-ray,
already-
and then,
yeah,
like,
okay.
most of the Avengers movies on Blu-ray.
Okay. Yeah, these ones are already, like, so they have it as in the stream. And actually, the streaming service works really nicely no matter what the device. Okay, so we have a 3-way tie. All right, change vote. Southwest 20G, going once, going twice. All right, and the poll is closed, and we go down to 20G. The other good news about this is it means that I can now not stretch this map, which is good. Well, I guess I have to compress it a little bit, but not much. Actually, do I? Nope, wrong thing. Yeah, I guess I do still have to compress it, but that's okay. Okay, so we're now 20G, so we are down in the forest, but we're on the main path. A road leading northeast and west cuts through the heart of the woods. Pick a number. So... Alright, so pick a number for me, please, Coven. We are now up to 3,335 minutes. 6 and 4. Okay, so we got a 10. Alright. Turn to 447. You may continue to travel by using the road or by making your own way through the woods. So assuming that we're using the trail, Can I assume, chat, that we're going to use the trail since we're on the trail? This isn't a certain number that we're going to use, but can I assume that we're using the trail? If so, then we're going to be choosing where to go next. Otherwise, we have to pick a number if we're just going to try to wander off the woods. But the question was, are we going to stay on the trail? So I can just get a yes or a no. What did I say? Did I say Coven Guy? Oh, I'm sorry if I did that. I just looked carefully. I should have seen the teal name and immediately known. My fault. Kilobyte says no trail. Echo says yes trail.
I'm impressed that you know what teal is.
Oh yeah, my daughter, my wife's favorite color at the moment is teal. So
yeah,
teal is authority.
Okay, like not to like bring up like sexist stereotype, but it's like absolutely a thing that like a lot of guys do not like no differences between different specific colors.
Oh.
That goes like back to when I was a child, when like I had this big discussion with my foster brother about the age of 9, where we both back then. We're only 2 months apart, so.
Okay.
But anyway, like it was like some Lego pieces, and there was this like girly Lego set, which all had like pastel colors. I forgot the name of it, which I had, and like there was like one that was like the smoke blue color. And like he insisted it was green, and to me it was like so obviously blue. I was like, no, it's like a smoky blue color. Open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, taupe versus beige. Well, actually, I was just discussing this. 2 times yes, 1 times no. Thanks, Echo. Yeah, I was. I mean, as a writer, I try to develop, if I can, try to use more colors than just white,
yes,
red, brown, And actually, one of the things I've been talking about, the importance of in doing stuff where you're writing, where you're describing different skin tones, you can stick to things like black or brown or white on a certain level, but to be more descriptive, what you do not want to do, and I made this mistake early on actually, is to describe anything in terms of food coloration. So like, caramel colored skin is not, because it makes it sound like something like you're lowering it to the level of, oh, it's like something I would consume in a restaurant. Like that's not really the way it works. So trying to find,
because it can be demeaning.
Yeah, like
talking about like people.
So I'm trying to, like, I actually have to now find more things that are like ochre and, things where you can actually get a sense of what the particular color would be. And if it means that people have to be like, oh, I need to look that up, there's worse things than that, if people have to look up what actually something is. So I didn't know that. Really, men are twice as likely to have some form of color blindness as women. I did not know that.
Yes, it's true, actually.
That's interesting. Okay, so it looks like we are taking the trail to the west, which means that we can now move on. So, now that we've done that, we can now decide... Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. We can now decide... There we go. Which way that we are going to go. So, we are looking right now, we are on 20G. So, if we were to go back to the east where we just came from, that would be 19G. It would also be extremely silly since we just came from there. We could, however, go to the southeast, which would again be taking us in the opposite direction. It's 19H. Southwest is 20H. That leads us deeper into the forest. Directly to the west, which is basically staying on the trail, is 21G. And then going to the northwest would be 20F. And then, let's see, 20G, right? And then the northeast would be 19F. Okay. So, if everyone could please now decide which way they're going to go based upon that. Need to call you out, you want the dice rolls. Okay, I will do that. I'll do that, Echo. You have a hard time spotting things until they move. What if you had the predator vision, Arudnell? Would that make a difference if you had the predator vision, like to be able to see things? So you get your votes in now, folks, in terms of where we're going to go. We're on the trail. It's 20G, and we're heading off. So where do we go next? Where do we go now? right, we have 2 votes for Southwest, 1 vote for West. Get your vote in now. This music is very ominous.
Just mildly.
When there is a trail, one does simply follow the trail. All right, I'm going to last call this. So again, we've got 2 votes for Southwest and 1 vote for West right now. All right, we've got 1 vote for Northwest. So we've got 1 vote that leads us back into the forest, so like zigzag, essentially. Oh, we got some more drums going on. All right, and poll is closed. Okay, so we are heading southwest, which means that we are... That means we have to do much less compression. I love it. We're getting closer and closer to not having to compress the map at all. Okay, moving on. Here we go. 20H. The woods stretch ever on. You circle the thickest stands. Okay, and this is also 120 minutes that has been added. So we're talking 34:55. Okay. You circle the thickest stands. Okay, pick a number again, please, for me. If you would, Echo. Please pick a number. We are on the bottommost, the bottom right portion of your map as you see it on the screen. But yes, do me a favor and pick a number for me, Echo, as we can see what we've got here. All right, 3 and 5. Okay, so that's 8. Now we pick a number. All right, so, okay, so 3 to 5. All right, so 8. Okay, so now you pick another number, and we're going to add our general bonus to this. Our general bonus is 3. So now you're going to pick a number. Tell me what the number is, and we'll add 3 to it.
So, what is bonus a general of? Hey!
General bonus. What is your order, sir? Well, Lieutenant Detriment, I'll explain to you what my... As I was just saying to Captain Penalty the other day. Alright, so pick one more number there, Echo. And then we're going to add 3 to it. Six and 6. Wow. Okay, so 15. We fly the rest of the way. No. Okay, so that means that we get to move on. And since we are moving on, that means that we are... So we were on 20H, right? Okay, so now we are 20H, and we're making our way. So 19H would lead us back again directly to the east. We can't go southeast, so we don't have to worry about... southeast. So we're going to remove that as an option. Okay. Then we have got, let's see, so east is 19H. Southwest is also not a thing. Directly west from here would be 21H. Northwest from here would be... Northwest from here would be 21G. Arvagorn is my pony's name. Arvagorn. Okay. And then northeast,
Sure.
which would again be a little silly, would be 20G.
That's not how podium moves work, though. I'm afraid.
I'll take a t-shirt of Arvagorn. Okay, so we can go either east, which is back the way that we came. We are on 20H. We can go east, which is the way we came. We can't go southeast or southwest because we're at the bottom of the map. We could go west, which is 21H. We could go northwest, 21G. That puts us back on the trail, leading us west through the forest. Or northeast, which again is where we came from. So I will open that poll now. And please note, just for ease of access, ease of entry, that I changed this up a little bit, so there is no 2 or 3 option. So you can see the votes now: $ vote space 1 to go east, $ vote space 4 to go west, $ vote space 5 to go northwest, and $ vote space 6 to go northeast. So please get in your votes now.
I think he's done-ish.
He's this amazing combination of sort of, kind of anime cute and then also serious, but also mentor professor, tutor in a library after school or something.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me come here and explain how this all works. That's awesome. Thank you, Terry. It's very cool. I love the hat. I'm weird. You speak the truth, Echo. You just found this out? How long have you known me? Guilty as charged.
Need to be a bit weird to hire me, I guess. So...
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, by their friends shall you know them. Where are we currently? So right now you are sitting at 20H, which is the bottom rightmost hex on the map that you can see. We're on 20H. So again, we're trying to head to Tuckborough and then Hobbiton. So yeah. So there is no vote 2.
We're still just traveling, right? Nothing.
Right, at the moment just traveling, yeah.
Okay.
Haven't encountered anything else as of yet. That's one cute My Little Pony Arf Pony. Exactly, Gabriel Furlong.
Thank you.
Back on the trail.
We do need a name for him, though.
If you want the trail, it would be northwest. You would want to vote 5, Echo, if you want to vote northwest to get him back on the trail.
The name can't be Arvagorn. That doesn't work. It's always a thing, and ideally something punny.
Arvoni?
No. So for example, you have a quill as your logo, right? So ideally something with a quill in the name, So Golden Quill, for example.
Gotcha. Let's see.
Yellow quill, something like that.
Right. I see what you're saying for the My Little Pony thing.
And my character's name is Butter Cheese because I really like cheese.
Okay, let's see. Oh man.
I mean, people in the chat can recommend things. So.
How about Grey Hat Quill? Does that not work?
That could work, but that implies that your character was born with a gray hat, so...
Well, I mean, look, gold, yeah, so I like it. Golden Quill, let's see. His name is Quillish. No, his name is not Raisin. His name is decidedly not Raisin.
Should I change the cutie mark to a raisin?
No, then it goes from awesome to terrible.
Also, nobody would be able to tell what it is because, raisins are so...
Right, they'd be like, is that a turd?
Recognizable shape.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Recognizable
like
shape of a turd. They'd be like, is that a turd? I'm like, yes, that's a turd. They're like, really? Yes. It's a raisin. Yeah, it's a turd, like I said. Gold Feather, Gabriel says. Or Star-Lord's cool uncle Gregory Quill. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I can go with that. Okay, we got 2 votes for Northwest. I'm going to put a last call on this, but get in your votes now, folks. We have 2 people who are trying to bring us back to the trail. Back to the trail. Oh, yes, I remember very well the I Hate Raisins pick.
Oh, yeah, that was when your microphone, refused to work.
Oh, God.
and I had to kill some time, so I just drew you cursing about things.
Yeah, it's like my version of Salt, right? It was just me having
Raisins.
raisins all over the place. It's true. Oh, man.
Oh, that's why I find it so delightful.
I felt that way I was playing Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, the Wind Temple, and I was feeling that way. Man, that Wind Temple is such a pain in the ass. I was just kind of like, "Argh."
You used a bad word on stream. Like, what is this?
No. Remember, you just drew me as a pony, as a pain in the ass, as in a donkey.
Of course.
Our companions.
People say that. I still don't know what that means because English is weird.
It's true. Yeah, for some reason, English decided it would be a good idea to call a donkey an ass. So, if you were to say an ass, that literally also refers to a donkey. Which is convenient. All right.
Weird.
And we're going to close this poll, despite the limited votes here. All right, let's see. Ooh, this is the victory music, also known, or the fight music. So we're going to go back to 21G. All right. G to G. Now can we finally... well, I think we can actually do it. Just about. It's almost... Don't have to compress it, even in the least, almost. It's great. Okay. So here we are, 21G. The woods are deep and dark. And we're up to, let's see, 90 minutes, so we're 35, 45. Okay. You spy a road running east and west. Pick a number. So you could pick a number for me, please, Echo. This is very dramatic. Pick a number. Oh, is that why? The animal's called an ass. The word donkey came along a lot later. The term came to mean butt because if you're in a cart, all you can see is the ass ahead of you. Yes, that's probably true. Although I didn't know that ass predated donkey, actually.
Now I wonder if that's like in any way related to the German word ass, which like AAS, which is like a dead animal.
Oh, interesting.
Like we have aasfresser, those are vultures. Like not specifically the bird vulture, but like anything that eats like carcasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't know. That's a new one to me. I don't know. I had not heard of that one. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to ask this question about whether we want to move on using the trail.
Ask this question.
I could ask. I asked you a question. Okay. So now we are going to move on. So the question is, we are going to go 21G. So if we were to go directly east, which is where we just came from, it would be 20G. If we were to go to the southeast, which now is an option, that would be where we just came from, of course. That would be 20H. If we were to go southwest, which would be doing the zigzag, it'd be continuing the zigzag thing that you guys started to do. Or we could go directly west, which is 22G. Let's see, or northwest, which would be 21F. Or northeast, which would be 20F. Alright, again, we're on the... You can see we're all the way to the right side of the map on the road towards the bottom, 21G. And I will open the poll as we continue to head west towards Tuckborough/Hobbiton.
This song right now kind of gives me a Chrono Trigger vibe.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the SNES thing, they only had a certain number of instruments.
Yeah,
I don't know, I have to say, I always felt like the Genesis, the Sega Genesis sort of music system was better. Like, I know a lot of people used to talk about the audio for... I played it in college, so... but I didn't actually have one. I just was on our floor, so I would play NHL 94 and a bunch of other, games, Street Fighter and games like that. But the Echo the Dolphin, which I did play. But playing, like, the audio of it was always a little bit better, I thought, than the SNES, which always just seemed to sound, like, the same to me. Did you ever play, oh gosh, not Astyonics, ActRaiser. Which is, it's a game that goes between a platformer where you're like a god?
I know ActRaiser, but no, I didn't. I did play, however, the game that came, before or after it by the same guys.
They did a sequel.
There are like 4 games in the series. Series, quote unquote. And I played the one where you play that little boy with a flute. That's like a bit Zelda-esque.
Well, there's one, Kid Icarus, but that's...
No, it's like it's also by Quintet.
Oh, no, I don't know.
It's like ActRaiser and Illusion of Time and Illusion of Gaia, depending on the
Illusion of Gaia. Yeah, I do know Illusion of Gaia. Okay. Yeah, see, like that, like the ActRaiser soundtrack, actually, there were a couple of really good soundtracks on the ActRaiser stuff, some of the platforming levels. Okay, I need more votes here, folks. We only have 1 vote. We need to get more votes here. So right now, we have got 1 vote for West, but I need more votes, so let's jump on board here, chat. Let's get these votes going on. We must choose our destiny through the woods. There we go.
Now I have to think of Starbomb's Zelda rap. So choose your destiny, if you know what I mean. Oh, you know Starbomb. Interesting.
I don't know it well, but I have heard of it.
Ah, okay.
Okay, I just put in, for when yours should be running out any minute, so I put in the ActRaiser OST, because since we were just talking about it. And actually, speaking of OSTs, so Chrono Trigger, I agree with you on that. But I actually think the best soundtrack, and I actually think one of the best soundtracks of any console game ever, is Chrono Cross. The soundtrack for Chrono Cross is amazing.
I tried to play Chrono Cross like some years ago, but apparently it didn't age so well.
Yeah, it's complicated. The color system with the fighting is weird, and yeah. But just the soundtrack is awesome.
Yeah, I believe you. I have, I think I mentioned that before, that like some years ago over here in Germany, in Köln, they did like orchestral, like symphonic things with like different JRPG soundtracks.
Yep, they did that for the Final Fantasy ones.
Yeah, exactly. And they also did like one for Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross.
That's awesome.
And I had the CD of that one. It's so good.
Yeah, that one's the Seattle Symphony Orchestra. My father-in-law is on the board of directors there, and he was like, do you know anything about this? They're doing a couple of years ago, Final Fantasy something. I was like, yeah. He's like, I guess they're doing a concert of it. I'm like, that's good. He's like, oh, I hope it's all right. And I was like, how'd it go? He's like, well, it was sold out for 3 nights. I'm like, what a shock. Like, it's sold out. Because, I mean, it's a great orchestra playing great music. Like, it's good stuff. Yes, Legend of Dragoon is a great OST. Agreed. Phantasy Star is great. I mean, there are a lot of ones that are great in that way. The soundtrack to, I've talked about this before, Xenogears is great. Like, and that game itself is great, especially Disc 1, and then they ran out of money, and Disc 2 was weird. But Xenogears is a good game and has a great soundtrack. Okay, so we're gonna last call this.
But yeah, it's like still so funny to me when like there was this news article about like how because like the symphony in Köln, like the big, oh god, what's it called?
Symphony Orchestra?
Yeah, like the building though. It's called Kölner Symphonie.
The Symphony Hall, maybe?
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, like basically the article was like, like we've rarely seen this many people come here anymore, and like especially because like so many old people complain about that, like the youth of today doesn't care about classical music anymore. And it turns out that all you have to do to get younger people into like classical music stuff is to like play the songs that they know and like. It's like, who would have thunk?
Yeah, who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk?
Well, and also, oh god, I'm so tired of the complaining about other generations. Like, honestly, like, just you bring them in and then it transfers. Because then they're like, oh, do you have other music like this? And you're like, well, yeah, because this is actually classically inspired. This is why, and you'll agree with me on this, Terry, this is why so many metal bands have backgrounds in classical music. Like, so many metal songs are classically, are inspired, right, by classical.
As Tenacious D said, the only thing that matters is the classical songs.
Yeah, like, so they're serious about it, like.
Yeah.
So. And there were a couple of Glory Hammer songs that I think Darksaber just posted that I was like, I've heard of this before. Yes, someone I know.
Wait, where did he post them?
Not in. It was in the D&D GOG channel, so you wouldn't have seen it. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
Oh, I'm gonna see them this month on the 26th in Leiden.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. And they're gonna be opened by Windrose, who did an amazing cover of the Diggy Diggy Hole song by the Yogscast.
Oh my god.
That's the thing. I remember that episode. They first sang that song like many years ago.
Good God.
Oh, when the Yogscast. Yeah, that was good times.
That's awesome. What's up, Commander Dunsel?
Back when the best thing on YouTube were Minecraft Let's Plays.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, Radio City Music Hall. I had an old Casio keyboard Stowner. I used to go in Caldors, which none of you will know what that is. Maybe a Rudinell will. But most people don't know Caldors. But if you think of going into a Walmart, they used to have like a whole row of synthesizers. And I would go in there and I would literally set all the synthesizers, like do the auto beat. Yeah, they'd have like one little demo reel. So you just set it all that way and it's just like, and you just leave it. The whole aisle is just like playing at the same time. Oh man, I still have a Kawai MIDI compatible keyboard. That is what I played using my Sound Blaster card. I played the Ultima Underworld. That was where the soundtrack came through, was the keyboard. So I still have very strong memories of that because it sounded awesome.
So are you still banned from that Walmart or?
Yeah, I know. This Caldors? No, that Caldors no longer exists. Caldors was replaced by Kmart, which was then replaced by Walmart. So
I see.
Back in the day. Oh, this is the one I'm talking about. It's like badass organ. Okay. God, it's so good, this song. All right. 22G. All right, there we go. Also got a little bit of a Castlevania vibe here, which is good stuff. Okay.
Oh, fun fact about the pose I'm currently drawing. I learned this pose, like how to draw dynamic poses, like specifically this running pose, from an official Disney comic artist whose name escapes me right now, but like at a workshop from him.
Really?
Yeah, he drew Donald doing this pose.
That's
because
awesome.
over here, everybody, like Europe, doesn't care about Mickey Mouse. We only care about Donald Duck, basically.
Okay. That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I can see that.
What's his name? Oh my god, I feel so embarrassed right now that I don't remember it.
I see we're going to remember it as we go through.
Yeah, after the stream, I'm
Exactly, that's when it'll come out. Okay, 22G, so 90 minutes. All right, got to keep moving, people, as the time is being used up within the game world. All right, the woods are deep and gloomy here. After passing a small river, you pause to catch your breath near a path heading east, leading east and west. Pick a number. So please pick a number. You ran around and jumped on all the bumpers in a 250 car lot. You were banned from Kings. Okay, we got the 4. All right, 2 to 4. Mingled song and laughter, strange but welcome sounds in any wood reach your perked ears. You strain to hear better. The singing draws nearer, one voice leading the others in the fairest of melodies, yet the words are unknown to you. Then they appear. Even in daylight, starlight shimmers in the fair hair and gleaming eyes of the elves, tall and lean as strong saplings. They grow silent as you boldly approach. And start playing this music. No, just kidding. You introduce yourself to them using Strider's name to enlist their assistance in completing your mission to warn the Shire. Their leader steps forward, an elf more than 7 feet tall and even more impressive than the others. Jesus, what? I am Gildor Inglorian of the House of Finrod. He was 7 feet tall? I have to look at that again. I don't remember Gildor.
Wait, 7 feet? 7.
That's like a billion meters. No, I'm just kidding.
Centimeter. What?
Yeah, that's. I don't think.
2 meter 13. Like that's. Okay,
I don't
like
ever
I know a
remember
guy who's 2 meter 9, but like 2 meter 13 is
that's like NBA basketball player type style.
Yeah.
Like, I am Gildor Inglorian of the House of Finrod, he says, observing you carefully. We are exiled in this land for but a short while and will assist you in your mission. Strider is known to us. It is not our custom, he continues, to welcome outsiders, but we will provide food, lodging, and herbs to speed you along your way. Come. Also, I will dunk a basketball on you. No. Gildor turns and leads his elves silently through the woods. So, chat. Yeah, exactly. So you've met Shaq the elf. So will we follow Shaq at Gildor of the Elves? Do you wish to follow Shaq and the elves?
That. That's the next picture.
Do you wish to follow Shaq and the elves? Yeah, Giannis Antetokounmpo is 6'11", yeah. So do we follow... So I assume we're following the elves, right? Can I assume we're following Shaq? I mean, if Shaq came up to you and said, please follow me, I assume you'd be like, yes, sir, Mr. O'Neill. I will follow you. So tell me if that's the case. Also, you're actually contractually obligated if you're over a certain height to have an awesome name. So like the Celtics have a new player, a rookie this year who's 7'4", and his name is Taco Fall. So we've got Shaq, Taco Fall, one of the best big men ever. His name was 7'3", was Wilt Chamberlain, also a great name. Another guy who was like 7'1", his name was Manute Bol. I mean, all these names are great.
I can confirm, like that guy I mentioned earlier, who's like 2'9". Like, I'm not gonna mention his actual name because privacy reasons and stuff. But like, his name basically translates to tall.
His name is tall.
Yeah, like kind of. It like both means tall and like. Oh God, I have to look that one up. Drahtig. What is that?
Follow Yao Ming.
Gaunt, apparently.
Gond.
Yeah.
Wait. No, wait, what? Elendil is 7'11"? What? No, he's not. Elendil's not almost 8 feet. Really?
They keep getting taller.
What the? This is not. Elrond, 9'4". Like, come on. Like, the elves are like. I always imagine the elves as being like 6 feet. Like, what is Legolas? 10 feet 3?
I think he's like roughly about Orlando Bloom's size. That's just...
Yes. Oh, that Orlando runs a 7-Eleven. Yeah, exactly. Runs a 7-Eleven. Okay, so we're following Shaquille O'Neal, Giant Boy, and the elves.
I think my cat wants attention. She's scratching at my chair.
People love his wares. Okay. You struggle to keep up with the silent, quick-moving, long-legged, and apparently giant-sized elves as they hasten down a grassy lane in the woods. The path descends between two rolling hills, hazel crowding their slopes on either side. Ahead, the elves leave the path and cut through thickets that tear at your eyes and clothes, yet they seem unmarred and unbothered. You huff and gasp for air to keep up as they march up the slopes to the top of a hill above the river valley. Suddenly, trees open up on one side and you stand in a wide, grassy area. To the east, the ground falls off sharply, and you see, above the sloping tree line, lowlands, and in the distance, a small village quiet as a toy model. The elves gather together to talk, seated comfortably on the grass, their weapons on the ground behind them. You were in space 22G. Okay, so we're on 22G. And it actually gives the option, do you want to steal a weapon or not?
Sure,
what?
Let's steal from like a 10-foot tall guy.
Yeah, exactly. Let's steal from Wilt Chamberlain. Let's steal from Bill Russell. That's a great idea. Join us next week for more Tales of Tolkien. So should we steal a weapon from Shaquille O'Neal, or should we not do that since they just invited us into their camp? I just want to be clear. I don't think it's borrowing. I think it's pretty much stealing.
Well, I mean, like, compared to them, we are about as tall as a borrower, so...
Well, that's the other thing, too, right? Like, so Laura Hopesinger, like, a hobbit is going to be basically, 3 foot... Like, the tallest ones are going to be 4 feet. The giants would be 4 feet in hobbit size. So you figure Laura's, like, 3'6" or something.
Yeah, she's more...
So we're talking, like, he's 5 feet taller? Or 4 feet taller? Hey, Paxi. Happy New Year, Paxi. What if we borrow without them knowing and forgetting to pay for it? Yeah. I don't think it'll work that way. Echo with a no. Paxi with no. Commander Dunsel says, elves are assisting us, no steal. Okay, last call for whether we steal something from Shaquille O'Neal. Paxi, did you know that apparently elves are all NBA basketball players? Did you know this? Apparently they could all be big men in the NBA, which means above 7 feet. Yeah, like apparently Gildor, it says, is above 7 feet. And I'm like, what? Since when? But they're not that, no, I mean, they're not 8 feet tall. They are in the lore. They're not like, elves are like, in like above 6 feet maybe, but not, 8'5". Like, literally the tallest person in the history of the planet was like 9 feet. The tallest man ever, who had some giantism disease and died when he was 20-something. Like, you know, like most normal people, this is really tall.
Like most normal people die in their 20s. Jeez.
Thank you for the resub, Paxi. It says so in the lore. The lore is spoken. Man, he was horribly disabled. I gotta read that again. I don't remember I never remember them being described as that tall. All right, wait a second. I gotta look this up for a second. Boban Mojanovic is 7'3". Exactly, yeah. How tall are the elves?
Well, you do need to specify Lord of the Rings elves because,
yes.
For example, Forgotten Realms elves are pretty short. So are ElfQuest elves, most of them. Anyway, the Wolf Riders are very short.
It says, yeah, see, here we go. It says elven character. Are Tolkien's elves, one of them choose, how tall are the elves in Elf? No, not in the movie Elf. Okay. Elves are the fairest creatures, a beautiful race than men, generally tall, about 6 feet. That's what it says. They're about 6 feet tall, not...
Yeah, okay, but that's like average height. Like, you always have, like, people
Well, of course. But I'm willing to believe they're taller than average. I'm just not willing to believe that most of them are, like, 8'9". Like, I don't... Okay, let's see. Tolkien mentions that Númenóreans...
And thus Art learned to hate Lord of the Rings. Rip.
Let's see. Thingol was the tallest elf ever to live, and he's estimated to be 9 feet. Okay. Strictly average heights, men were around 6 feet. Elves a few inches taller. It does say Elendil was 7'11". What? I had no idea they were that tall. I mean, or that Elendil was. He said Númenóreans average at 6'4". That I could buy. Like, I could buy that they're tall.
Elendil is a dude? I always thought Elendil was a woman.
No, Elendil was a man.
Huh.
He's the father of Isildur. And he was okay,
well,
look, in fairness, he was known as Elendil the Tall. So, I mean, you know, he is 7'11", though. That's crazy talk. I didn't know he was that tall. Aragorn I knew was tall, although much taller in the books. It says he's about 6'5" in the books. So I knew he was tall, and the Númenóreans average 6'4".
Here, and here people on dating apps, like, complain when women ask for guys who are
exactly,
tall.
Right?
Like, imagine all of these women had read The Lord of the Rings. Like, then you guys would...
They think, exactly, and then everyone else would be in trouble. Well, yeah, okay, Coven, yeah, the Maiar in their natural forms, they're over 7'5", but that's when they turn into angels. Like, I'm willing to buy that. I'm talking about normal, like, people that are hanging out. They're not... I can't believe Elendil was that tall, though. I knew he was tall. I didn't know he was that tall. Okay, so we are not stealing a weapon. I agree wholeheartedly with Chad in that regard.
Oh, boo.
After another song that lulls you into a peaceful mood, during which the elves talk about how tall they are, an elf asks you to join them for a meal. With the overhanging boughs of tall trees acting as a roof, you enter the outdoor dining hall and join a small party of elves seated on tree trunks, enjoying food and drink. You are served a nourishing light bread, berries that invigorate you, and a cup filled of a cool golden liquid. You rest briefly and stir, startled to find Gildor standing above you. Even the gentle animals of these woods have been aroused by the evil around us, he says in a matter-of-fact way. Come, you must leave now, he says. Decrease your damage taken to 0, and any special diseases or injuries are healed. Nice, we're back up to full stamina, that means. He gives you 5 meals, that's lembus, and if you have no weapon, he gives you a dagger. We do have a dagger.
Oh, good, so we can last half a day with it.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. Okay, so now we have 5 meals.
My cat wants attention. Help.
Lorelei, we're trying to, you know, ask
trying
Lorelei
to
what
save the world here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she doesn't like it when I'm sitting at my desk.
Wizards appear exactly when they intend, yeah. Okay. So, he gives you... Okay, so we're 22G. Now, he says, come, you must leave now. So, will we follow Gildor? Should we follow Gildor? Do we follow Shaq?
No, that's my drawing pen. Cat, please.
5 meals. What did he bring for the rest of you? It's a good point, Big Boss. Yes, yay, sure. Dragon Spear, what are your thoughts about the fact that apparently every single elf that according to them, every single elf that they want to run into is a basketball player? Because it's never represented that way. Like tall and fair, you think of tall and fair and you think like, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", maybe 6'6". 7'11", like, is just ridiculous. Okay, let's see.
Wait, how much is 7'11"?
Yeah, tall, but like not giant size. I'm tall, and I'm 6'3". I know people that are 6'6", 6'7". That's tall. 7'11" is beanpole, giant, enorma, huge. Like, come on now.
1.40 m.
Tall and fair, not ginormous. Okay, so we're going to.
Well, I mean, basketball players should be fair, right? Like, shouldn't do foul play.
They should be fair, but fair at playing. Yes, exactly. Okay, Gildor leads you silently and quickly through the woods and thickets. When you reach a clearing, he stops and points. Hobbiton lies 3 leagues in that direction, he says, pointing west and north. Go now and take this. He hands you 2 doses of a healing herb, Athelas. Nice. So now we have 3 healing herbs.
It's dangerous to go alone.
You ask for advice. Yeah, take this. You ask for advice, but Gildor shakes his noble and crazy tall head. Advice is a dangerous creature, young one. Too much is as bad as too little. Actually, if this is actually him and he's that tall, shouldn't it be like, advice is a dangerous creature? Like he's like 50 feet above you. Too much is as bad as too little. Rely upon yourself, that is my advice. He disappears into the woods in the wink of an eye. You are now in space 24F. Move on. All right, our boy Gildor has given us the shortcut. All right, so...
Don't you mean the tall cut? Or
the tall cut. I see what you did there. I'd like
tried
to subscribe
anyway.
to your newsletter. Okay. There we go. Look at that, chat. Now we can just see, like, it's within our grasp. We are at 24F, and we are very close now, only a few hexes away from Hobbiton. Okay. If you're a Hobbit and you run into elves, would they quantify a difference between a 6'4 elf and a 7'4 elf? No, probably they wouldn't, Aaron. But if they ran into Elendil, who of course is Numenorian, and he's 7'11", they'd be like, yo, like, what? How are you actually in the same planet as me? I mean, like, Treebeard has to be... How tall is Treebeard? Let me take a look at Treebeard. And then we're going to go back to this. Treebeard height. Treebeard is 14 feet in height. So what they're saying is that Elendil is over half as big as Treebeard is. Like, he's over half of an oak tree. What? You're indeed 6 feet 4 inches tall, according to Galadrielbot. 6 feet 3. Same as me, Big Boss. Yeah, 6'3". Okay, so 24F. So here we are on 24F. Made good progress there, thanks to those elves. Okay. 90 minutes. 3860. At the northern edge of the Green Hill Country, you think of Hobbiton and hope that you will arrive in time to warn the hobbits. Pick a number. Okay, so please pick a number for me, Echo. You're 5'4". Yeah, my daughter is 5'4", Coven. And she's tall for age. Actually, she did a little basketball tryout on Sunday. And she was in a co-ed league, which had all boys in it. And, obviously, and it was up to 6th grade as 5th and 6th graders. And she was, like, the second tallest in the entire group of, like, 20-something. And I was like, yep, because my daughter is tall. My wife is only 5'6", though. A little over 5'6".
Wait, are you, like, tall? I don't know.
Me? I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
I'm 6'3", which is pretty tall.
And we go to Google to calculate that. 6'3", you said.
Yes. It's like shooting guard.
Oh, yeah,
in
you
NBA.
are tall.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it's something
cannot tell because I only ever see you
ever see me sitting down. Well, I know it's weird too because I thought about that. Like Siri, I don't know if you remember Series Runner that I played some Infinity and Beyond stuff with, and he also does digital art. He did stuff for Telltale Games, and anyway, he's 6'6", and I had no idea. And then he was like, yeah, and he's like, well, here, and he took his webcam and he stood up, and I'm like, God damn, because like I'm not used to looking up at people very much, and I was just kind of like, wow, that's very tall. And that was 6'6". Okay, let's.
It's always so funny when like because in photos I look shorter than I actually am.
Yeah, you're reasonably tall, right?
I'm really tall for a woman. Like, I usually have zero problems at concerts to like see stuff in the last row.
Well, how tall are you? Like, so wait, how in feet and inches? Do you know?
Oh God, let me calculate that.
So you're 6/7 of an Elendil.
I am 5'9" apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, that's tall. Yeah, my mom was 5'11" though. I mean,
oh wow.
Yeah, my dad was actually 5'10" and a half. He was slightly shorter than her. So, but yeah. Yeah, 5'9's not like, absurd.
Well, no, it's not absurdly tall. Like, I have met women who are taller than me, but like, still like most women I know are.
That's true. You're within normal range, right?
Yeah.
Okay, roll and roll, shine
like
rolls.
tall enough to have problems when buying clothes. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so it's pick a number, add your general bonus. Okay, so I need you to pick one more number, please, for me, Echo, and then we're going to add our general bonus. And head on. 6'2". Yeah, I mean, I'm actually probably 6'2 3/4, I guess, or 4/5. I'm like really close to 6'3", but they always just give me the extra, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch or something. So when the only women taller than you play professional basketball, you're tall. Yes, exactly. 6'3" is 9. Okay. So that means that we get to move on. Okay. So we made good progress here, folks. Now we're in good shape, I think, hopefully, if we continue to make our way. So it's 24F. So really the question that we have now is, do we go straight west from 24F to 25F and then cut directly northwest? Or do we cut northwest right now and risk getting onto the road basically a hex earlier than Hobbiton? So in other words, we could go 1 hex to the west, stay in the forest, and then just cut directly northwest. So we go to 25F and then go 26E and 26D and we're in Hobbiton. Or we could go up to 25E first and then again to 25D and cut across. So what's up, Dragon? Good to see you, man. All right, so this is the way that we should go. This is the way, as they say. If we go east, it's 23F, but that's, again, the way that we came from. Let's see. Southeast is 24G. Southwest would be 25G. All right. Directly west is 25F. Okay. Northwest would be 25E. And northeast, which would be the way that we came from, almost, would be 24E. All right, so take your votes, people. This is the way. You've only ever dated 2 girls shorter than you, Coven? It's all right, Coven. You just have to wear... Yeah, it's okay to date taller people. You just wear elevator shoes and...
Oh, God. Please don't.
And stilts.
Like, I used to be one of those women who was like, no, I need a boyfriend who's taller than me. And then I was like, how about I just don't care?
Yeah, I think that's probably safer.
And then I was a lot happier.
That's probably safer.
Yeah.
You need to actively seek out people in dwarfism. Yeah, no, I mean, like, but you're not, look, okay, so 5'4" is sort of short, but it's not like, I know people that are like, 4, like, that are still within normal range, not dwarfism, and are still like 4'10", 4'11", and that is extremely short, comparatively. So Dragon, just so you know, we've been heading west, so you know. We came from the east. I'm just letting you know. I don't know if you knew that. If you like democracy, that's awesome. But we have been heading west, so you know. We came from the east. And who knows why Echo has decided to send us right back the way we just came from. Oh, we got our own bot. How exciting. A bot that we can ban.
Is anybody there to ban? Do I have to ban?
Arudno should be able to manage, or Coven. Actually, Coven's driving, I think. Arudno, would you mind removing new synthetic? I mean, listen, buying followers, primes, and viewers sounds like a great way to get banned and not actually get real viewers, but, You saw this bot at Ocadrian's too? Wow. I feel honored that this bot has decided to, say hi.
Oh, that reminds me of, like, some years ago, on the Beamdog forums, there was, like, a bot epidemic going around of, like, countless bots, like, literally 100 bots signing up every day and spamming. It was horrible.
Yeah, those things are rough sometimes when they hit the forums like that.
Yeah.
You can always tell when a forum's been abandoned, and, like, the last, 2 years worth of stuff is just, like, buy shoes, and then a bunch of, like, bad links and everything, and,
Like, no, like, the absurd thing is, I think they were, like, all in Chinese or something.
Oh, wow,
so,
great.
like, nobody could read it. Well, like, not nobody, but, like, I think the Chinese readership on these forums is, like, very small.
Mm-hmm.
So...
The thing that kills me about that is that no one's going to be... I mean, someone must be clicking on... Like, someone must obviously buy things from those spam links. You can't find anyone who claims that they do. But someone must be, or they wouldn't keep doing them. I mean, it's amazing. And close poll. All right. So now we are heading directly west to 25F. The woods, okay, 120 minutes, which means that we are now we're closing in on that 4,000 minute plateau, 3980. Okay. Whoops. Just tried to give us 10,000 more minutes. And that's not like a phone plan. You don't want more minutes here. Okay. 25F, right? The woods and scruffily entangling undergrowth tire you. Pressing on, you hurry to warn Hobbiton. To the north, the woods end and the peaceful meadows and fields of the Shire beckon, as you can hear from the music. Pick a number. So, please pick a number for me, please, Echo. Yeah, laugh while you can. I love this music. Bum, bum, bum.
You know what I love about drawing female hobbits? Nobody can complain when I give them hairy legs. Because we'll be like, why would they shave their legs?
Right.
Their feet are hairy. No.
Yeah, no, that's not...
They are going to have the hairiest of all legs, and they're going to be proud of it.
Exactly. No, absolutely. Rollin', shine 'em rolls. Okay, 4 and 2. All right, that's good. So that works, which means now we have to pick a number again, and then add our general bonus. Hobbits likely break normal razors. That's true, actually. Just like, just the blades just shatter
and like they rarely have beard growth, right? So they don't need them for that either. So
it's true.
I assume razors are just not a thing.
It's a really odd evolution. I'm not entirely clear why no facial hair needed. I don't fully get what that's about.
Industrial. I'm assuming it's because Tolkien wanted to differentiate them more from dwarves who always have beards.
Right.
So I guess that's the thing. But like for me, like my personal, headcanon, if you want to call it that, is like that at least like some of them can like grow mutton chops and stuff like that. But like finding some like a hobbit with like a full beard is like super, super rare.
Which would be like a big thing. Leg hair braiding trends. Yeah, industrial razors. Hobbits shave their legs with scythes. Okay. So, all right. So we are able to move on. All right. So this is a big decision point here, folks, because if we cut directly northwest here, we'll be in Hobbiton in 2 hexes. So we're at 25F right now, and I will continue to move this over so you can see. You can see where we are now. We're in 25F. So we just cut 2 hexes up to the northwest, and that'll bring us right to Hobbiton. So that's the question. So looking at that, we're at 25F. So to go east would be 24F. Southeast would be 25G. Southwest would be 26G.
Look at our girl running for everybody's lives.
That's her, like, right now. Just, like, at this moment as we speak. 26 West. That looks really good, Tim.
Thank you.
Northwest, 26E. And northeast would be 25E, I believe. No, I'm wrong. Oh, yes, no, that's right. Northeast would be 25E. Yep, I'm right. All right. And open poll. It's Laura running towards someone who is desperately in need of hope. That's true. I'm going to sing hope at you. Ah! She's got a good pace going. Indeed, she does. I can't wait. I love this picture, but I seriously can't wait for your 7-foot billion, picture of 7'12" of, whatever the Gildor right then, Shaq the elf.
Oh, I forgot how to do speed lines in this program.
You mean lines directly across is not how you do it?
No, like the program I'm using actually has like a thing that generates speed lines for you.
Oh, wow.
But I forgot how it works.
That's pretty cool, though.
Oh, aha, there we go. Okay, we are getting closer.
Okay. So we have 5 votes for Northwest. All right, I'm going to last call it because Chad, I think, sees the They see the way. They see the way. Which program are you using, Terry? Big Boss.
I am using Clip Studio Paint, or as I like to call it, Clip Studio Pain.
But you use it because.
Because it has like so many nice extra tools for things.
Even if it's a pain.
Yeah, it's like the problem with like all more sophisticated art programs. They have like a ton of functions, and you never know which ones you need. Basically, and how to use them.
Can we ask you, Terry, on how you're gathering for the D&D adventure you asked about a while back? I don't.
Oh, yes, I haven't forgotten about that. Because I kind of tap out during the Christmas holidays always. Like, that's kind of my thing if people, don't know me, but, during the Christmas holidays, I'm usually out of commission. At all, I do not do internet a lot, aside from, Netflix and stuff. So, but yeah, that is still in planning and stuff, so I'm gonna get to that these days.
Okay. See, I can pay attention. There you go, Dragon. Clip Studio. There we go. Open source programs. That's cool.
What?
Good stuff.
No,
okay.
Is it open source?
They're just chatting. I use GIMP, Coven Guy says. They're just chatting about different programs that get used. And we are going to 26E. All right, we're in the clear again, folks. Running towards Hobbiton. It's like the last stage. In West Farthing, you are but a league from Hobbiton, the climax of your mission. The climax. The road and hobbit villages of Hobbiton and Bywater lie to the north. All right, and we cross over the 4,000-minute plateau. 4,040. 4040. Double where we are right now. 4040. The road and hobbit villages of Hobbiton and Bywater lie to the north. Move on. Okay. So we are in 26E. So to go directly east would be going in the opposite direction. So that's 25E. Southeast is where we just came from. So that's 25F. Why is it playing that? All right, southwest is 26F. Okay. Let's see. West directly is 27 east. And northwest is 26D. So northwest is Hobbiton. And then northeast is 25D. All right, chat. We're 1 hex away from Hobbiton. Yeah, I don't know. It was on, for some reason it was on there. It was on that same thing. I don't know why, but it was.
I'm gonna assume plagiarism.
I guess.
Like, the thing is, like, especially with, like, Japanese media, like, they could get away with a lot more things like that. That's why, like, for example, like Metal Gear, like the very first game, not Metal Gear Solid, the games that came before that have, like, the Terminator cover art as a game art or something.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that, you know? Because,
even with
like,
international regulations? You know, like, maybe within the country, but, like, you'd think that they'd get sued, you know. There'd be international
like, I wouldn't
stuff.
know. Like, like, often, like, these games would have, like, different cover art.
Right. That's true. That's true.
That I wouldn't know of, but, like, I think it's just, like, yeah, like, over there, they could just, like, get away with more stuff like that because...
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a relatively recent innovation in human history. I mean, up until really the early 20th century, copyright was... Late 19th century is where you really start to get... There's a stationer's register in the Renaissance that had essentially no teeth at all. But it's not really till the 19th century, and really not even till the mid-19th century that you start to get some stuff. One of the reasons that Tolkien became so popular in the United States... No, thank you, Ad. Became so popular in the United States is that... that it was... The edition that was published by Ballantine was unauthorized. So a lot of his stuff got out there when they hadn't actually approved it, and it turned out to be a good thing in the end, but not before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I wanted to mention something like earlier about the art program thing. Like, if people are like looking for like a good drawing program, specifically just for drawing, like for beginners, I can recommend Paint Tool Sai the most. Like, it has only the basic functions you need. It's cheap. I think it's like $20 or something. But like the drawing feel is like very natural to it. Like, just feels good to draw in, I feel.
Cool. Very cool. Okay, so 26D.
Also, invest in a tablet. Don't draw with your mouse.
Yeah. And tile, which tiles are destination? 26D, yes indeed. Also, I just put a link in Zoom, Terry, because we moved to Chrono Trigger. Since you were talking about it before.
Oh my god, thank you.
Although, wait a second. You know what? I changed my mind because there is full orchestral arrangement of the same thing. No, we got to do that. Hold on, I'm going to give you the link for that.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah. Check that out, chat. I'm going to turn that up for a minute.
Give me a second. Wait, my cat's screaming.
That's badass. Will do. Oh yeah, full orchestra, baby. Dun, 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 dun.
Cat wants attention.
Nice. Ah, the trumpets. Dun, 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 dun. That's right.
Oh, I love Chrono Trigger so much.
It is a great soundtrack.
Yeah, not just the soundtrack. Like, I've probably said it here before, but like, as far as like perfect video games,
You think that's perfect?
Chrono Trigger is as close as it's ever gotten. And like, how stupidly well this game aged. Like, you can still play this game today, and it's still better than most JRPGs out there.
I definitely I played Chrono Trigger a few years ago on the channel. I streamed it. I like Chrono Trigger. I kind of, it was so hyped to me that when I got to it, I'm like, it's good. I don't know that I would say. I mean, I still, for my money, think Final Fantasy Tactics is the best JRPG ever made.
I haven't played that one.
That oh my god, and the sound, everything about Tactics is good. Everything, the sound, the story, the graphics, the strategy, the gameplay, the depth, the music is it's all absolute top notch. But I mean, again, like, by saying Chrono Trigger isn't quite Final Fantasy Tactics is like saying that, like, you know, Bach was the best Baroque composer and so isn't quite as good as Bach. Like, that's not any shame on Chrono Trigger. It's just Tactics is, for me, like the epic, the greatest of those games. Okay, blah, 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 blah. They wanted to know, before I ask Terry that question, I just want to let everyone know that we are going to close this poll, and we are heading to Hobbiton. And now I will ask the question as I move to the next page. It says, GIMP doesn't always play nice to drawing tablets that extra steps will work, but might take more setting up than other programs. Terry, have you tried Krita or Inkscape?
I have tried Inkscape, but only for making logos and the likes. Doesn't, like, what's the word? Doesn't really work for me otherwise. Like, I mean, I don't really do vectors all that much. I don't know the other programs, so sorry about that.
Okay. So, you are near Hobbiton, and we are at 60 minutes, so 4,100 minutes. You are near Hobbiton, where a stream enters the water and the east road splits. The quiet brook can be crossed at numerous footbridges and fords. If you entered this space from the east, the northeast, or the southeast, and we came from the southeast, turn to 162. Peering over a hedge atop a low rise, you can see Bywater. 15 minutes, 41:15. If your journey is taken less than 2 days, 360 minutes. Okay, so let's figure this out. So 41:15 divided by 60. So that means that it took us 68 hours and 68 hours and 58 minutes. So 68 divided by 24. So it took us 2 days and then 85 minutes. Let me think here. So 2 days, 85 minutes. So 360 minutes. Yeah, it took a little bit less than that. So 171. So we were in the middle there. Okay. Let's see. The village of Bywater lies just south of the Bywater Pool and the gentle stream called the Water. 3, 4, 5. Do you want to warn Bywater or just go straight to Hobbiton? So should we warn Bywater, chat, or should we go straight to Hobbiton? This one you can just tell me directly in chat. Warn Bywater. Okay, warn Bywater, warn. Warn. This is Laura Hopesinger. It's true. Well, it's not Hope Warner though, right? It's not Warna Hopesinger. It's no, I'm just joking. This is what we're here for.
I'm kind of not surprised that there are so few photos that show Shaquille O'Neal like full size, like full body.
Well, yeah, because they're like, how do you got to put that in portrait? I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
That's not a landscape right there. Okay, so it looks like we are going to warn Bywater. All right, so let's do that. Okay, time 15 minutes. Okay. The sheriff's representative in Bywater is a carpenter named Nimbletoes, which is strange since he's a carpenter. He listens to your tale of the coming of the riders with great attention, puffing deeply on his pipe. Pick a number and add your perception bonus. Now, we have a perception bonus of 2, so we need to pick a number, and we just need to not roll a 2, Echo. So pick a number for me, please. Are we sure we can't summon the eagles? See, too early, can't, you know? He posed with one of the girl U.S. gymnasts who's 4'6", yeah. Shaq and Kevin height. Me and Kevin are the same height. Is Kevin Hart 5'4"? They are the Uber of Tolkien universe, is true. 5 and 6. Oh, we got that. 11, 13. You have overkilled and blow up in flames. No, that's not what happened. Okay. Nimbletoes opens his eyes wide and proclaims, "The sheriff must be told his terrible tale." Wait, I thought you were the sheriff. Oh, his representative. Okay. "The sheriff must be told his terrible tale. I'll be off to warn him and our village of the dangers you have seen." He slides a pint of sweet ale and a loaf of bread before you and says, "Take this, kind sir, and good luck as you carry word to our brethren. So, you warn Bywater." Okay. Bywater. Alright. Let's see. Now to enter Hobbiton. We go to 151. Okay. And Hobbiton time. You see the hill that rises north of the water. You have finally arrived at Hobbiton. Okay. So, let's see. 360 minutes. Alright, so 4150. So it's taken us 69 hours. So that's, let's see, 69 hours, which means it has taken us 2 days, 2 days, 21, so 2 days, 21 hours. So
what was this elf's name again?
Gildor.
Gildor.
Travel less than 3 days, 80 minutes. Okay, so turn to 252. Okay. Welcome to Hobbiton, the road sign reads, and you never read happier words in your life. 4165. You ask for the sheriff or his agent. Hearing you ask for the sheriff, one prosperous-looking hobbit sizes you up before inviting you to join him in a pub. At the Hobbling Halfling, an alehouse run by Hailing Halibut, a hirsute but hapless hobbit. God damn it. That literally is what it says. You meet Hamfast Gamgee. Oh, it's the old gaffer, as he's called. "I'm him, Hamfast Gamgee," he says, introducing himself. He appears prosperous and sports well-brushed feet and a twinkling eye. "Who are you? Why do you ask for Bag End? What brings you to our fair shire?" Another hobbit standing nearby whispers, She looks like a bounder to me." "We must speak in private," you whisper, having learned a thing or two on your trip. "Please." You show him the silver dagger Strider gave you. Gamgee nods, impressed, and leads you to a private booth in the rear of the inn. "Now, what is this great secret that my friends cannot hear?" Okay. Gamgee asks, lighting up his pipe. You tell him of your long and arduous journey, of the coming of the Black Riders to the Shire and the grave danger they present. Gamgee nods solemnly throughout your speech, but you're not certain he believes you. Pick a number and add your perception bonus. Exactly, I already know. Well-brushed feet. Okay, so pick a number, please, for me, Echo. I love this drawing already.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Gildor. Listen to that trumpet, saving all the music once again.
I love Frog's theme so much. I love Frog so much. She's such a good character. Always all the feels. Sorry. I just really love Frog Trigger.
Yes, another one, Echo. Yeah, another one. This is a second one now that you're just by Gamgee by himself. Five and 3, Wisdom 8. Okay, plus our perception bonus, which is 2, so a 10. Okay, 293. I believe you, he says, grim and shaken by your news, as we get to 4215. I see the fire of truth in your eyes. Rest assured that I will warn Hobbiton, Bywater, and Tuckborough, if you've not already. Oh, we never warned Tuckborough. So if he warns Tuckborough, that means that they're warned, and the only ones we lost was Buckland, which, listen. Sorry for Buckland, but listen, this is what you get. If you have not already, the Farthing will know of this monstrous plot. Michelle Delving shall hear the coming of the riders too, I promise you. You've done a great service, both to us hobbits and to all beings who cheer the light of day. He pats you on the back and offers you his pipe. Rest here for as long as you like, and put away your money. You've succeeded where many might have failed. The Shire is safer because of your actions and courage. Late that night, as you lie in the small hobbit bed trying to fall asleep, this is 44, so it's 46.95. As you lie in the small hobbit bed trying to fall asleep, you wonder, is there another such mission I might undertake? Never have I felt so alive and important, you declare to the stars. I will do it again. I will. Your mission completed, the Shire warned of the coming of the Nazgul, you fall into a deep, restful sleep, dreaming of coming adventures and even greater challenges. The end.
Oh wow, that ended perfectly with the song for me.
I know, I just da-da-da-da. We did it, people. We warned everybody except Buckland. And, listen, those people, they screw Buckland, right? No, we warned everybody, and we finished with a time of 46.95. So I think it actually took us just over 3 days to make the entire trip. So we saved the Shire, and the Nazgul will not take down the Shire on this day. We have warned them. Good stuff. We did it, folks. That Gildor thing helped a lot because they shortcut us past like 3 or 4 hexes. So running into Shaq really helped in this way. Yeah, the way Buckland acted, no hair off my feet. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's like now rationalizing, I hate Buckland. They're really basically dwarves anyway. Who the hell cares about them? The Nazgul can have it. Awesome job, folks. So, Night of the Nazgul is complete. So, while Terry, since we still have about a half hour, while Terry is finishing this, I'm going to pull up and just show you what the next book is going to look like. Because we're going to do one more Hobbit book. We said we would do 2, or one more Tolkien book. So,
are we going to use the same character or a different one?
No, I think different one unless you want to use the same one. But
I don't care. It depends on how well that would go with the story.
All right, well, let me pull it out and let's see what it says.
Okay.
So...
I'm always for designing new Hobbit characters. That's like, always, never have enough Hobbits. Just saying. This is all probably for you all completely off melody. Cannot be overstated how much I love Chrono Trigger.
Okay. So, here we go. So, here are the choices. Now, we just finished Night of the Nazgul. Now, we have 3 other ones that we can do. One of them is the other Tolkien Quest book, and the other 2 are Middle-earth Quest. Essentially, the Middle-earth Quest are the same kinds of books, although there were some differences, and one of the big differences, the reason they changed the name was because they had licensing problems, which, not like anyone's ever had any problems with licensing Tolkien material, am I right? But anyway, so we've got that going on. However, with that said, we have 3 books that are left. The next book, which I think is actually the next one technically in the series of this, is called The Legend of Weathertop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read descriptions of each book, and then I'm going to give Chad a chance to vote on which one they want. So here are the 3 books. The first one looks like this. And it's called Tolkien Quest, The Legend of Weathertop. And the description is, the War of the Ring is over. So this is actually down the line. But evil things live on. High on Weathertop, the ancient and revered site known as Amansul, orcs gather to attack travelers on the Great East Road. Within the peak lies a secret passage to the deeps, great caverns beneath the earth guarded by fearsome denizens. In one cavern lies the legendary Staff of Truth, powerful relic of the Edain. A riddle leads you to search...
Staff of Truth?
Staff of Truth.
Isn't that like the MacGuffin from the South Park game?
Well, probably, because there's the terrible series of books by Terry Goodkind is called The Sword of Truth, which is... Oh, God. Don't get me started on Goodkind. But anyway.
Never heard of him. Do tell.
He's so bad. Powerful relic of the day. First of all, he's a jerk. Secondly, he's a world-class jerk. He's a political reactionary, and he's also a lousy writer. Kilobyte knows this. Like, I've talked about this story before. This is a guy who literally wrote in his book, which was called Wizard's First Rule, this big, huge fantasy. Wizard's First Rule. By the way, the first rule of wizards is that people are stupid. Ha, 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 ha. See? Isn't that funny? Because they're a wizard and they say people are stupid. That's Wizard's First Rule. That's literally what he says. The guy mixes names like Colin and like Kahlan and Fuilan and like names like this with Richard and Sue. Like literally mixes like real world names like with names like that in a fantasy setting. So it'd be like walking along in Tolkien's world with Bilbo, Frodo, Gimli the dwarf, Legolas the elf, and Steve, the guy from the inn. Like, I mean, it's the stupidest thing I ever heard of. And he has a literal section.
I'm not gonna mention that I do that too, though. Like,
well,
on purpose.
but for maybe for fun or whatever, but not
no,
if you're setting
I just
up.
don't like fantasy naming conventions.
But that's fine. You can
usually
have
get
consistent. But you can have consistent names. What doesn't make sense is to do both in the same thing. That, like having it. I mean, like, again, if it's funny, it meant to be funny. That's one thing. But if you're gonna have a name of like Legolas, Elrond, Joe, like, like there's something where you're like, wait, what? Like Bob. It just doesn't. It doesn't fit. Anyway, the other problem with his books is he does just stupid stuff. Like literally, there is a speech that one of the characters gives about the evils of fire, because like fire destroyed this one land and like this one home. And he literally gives this speech, which in the book is supposed to be considered moving, about fire. Fire has taken everything. We must destroy fire. Like he's talking about terrorism. Like we have to stop fire from like trying to kill us. Why does fire hate us so much? I'm like, I had to read it 3 times to be like, are you giving a speech about fire? It's like saying I hate hurricanes and being like, I must destroy hurricanes. I will get vengeance on hurricanes. Like, it's nature. What? Like, it's the stupidest book. Terribly written. Derivative as hell. Misogynist. I forgot about that. Also, very much into child abuse. So there's that too. One of the ways that one of the characters gets out of a jam is by literally kicking in the face of a child. And the child is supposed to be a demon, but the point is you're kicking in the face, which is described as a child's face as you're kicking it in. It's a very, very bad writer. So bad. I don't talk smack about fellow writers except for Good Kind, who I think is a hack. Anyway, So, blah, 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 blah. So, powerful relic. Yes, a riddle leads you to search for the magic weapon which promises great powers. Can you solve the riddle, find the staff, and escape with your life? Excuse me. So, that's the Legend of Weathertop. That's that one. That's Tolkien Quest. The next one is Treason at Helm's Deep. And this is, you are a young warrior of Rohan. On the eve of battle, you witness a veteran rider conferring with an archenemy. Is the rider a traitor or a counterspy passing false information to your foes? You resolve to find out and immediately plunge into adventures beyond your wildest imaginings. Before the tangled plot is resolved, you must do battle with Saruman's minions and defend the walls of the Hornburg at the climactic battle of Helm's Deep. You control your destiny, and perhaps that of Helm's Deep, in this thrilling second gamebook of the Middle-earth Quest series. Okay, so that's this one, Treason at Helm's Deep. And then
I can say it right from the get-go. That one is not going to be as interesting to draw because the Rohan soldiers all look the same.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there is a lot of fighting, like action things, but in terms of characters, yeah. Then there's this one which I saved for last because I have a feeling I know what Terry's going to say. So
that's a dwarf one. That's a Moria one.
Mines of Moria.
Yeah.
Right there. The War of the Ring is over, but the evils of the past linger. Bram, a dwarf whose family hails from Moria, asks you to undertake a dangerous quest. In the long-abandoned caves of Moria lies a document which proves the family's claim to lands usurped by a wicked rival. Can you retrieve it? The family wishes to restore its dignity, honor, and wealth. Any riches found along the way are yours. Word of this mission, however, has reached the dwarf usurper who threatens to kill anyone challenging his claim. Can you outwit his schemes, restore the family lands, and seize a fortune of your own? You control your destiny in this danger-filled third gamebook of the Middle-earth Quest series. By the way, one of the interesting things about these books is that you could actually play a Middle-earth role-playing character in these books and vice versa. So you could make a character from this and then play it in the MERP game. So, you like the MacGuffin of truth? So, I'm going to put this up for a poll. What should we choose?
Moria.
I think Terry is being very neutral about all this.
Yeah.
I think that's
okay,
fair
but
to say.
what?
Sorry, start again.
Which one was the first one?
The first one is The Legend of Weathertop. That's Tolkien Quest.
What is the main character?
I don't know that it specifies, but you get to deal with barrow wights and stuff like that. I think this guy. Let me see what it says in the introduction. Well, your mentor is Eldamar. Okay, human. So,
Okay.
So the Legend of Weathertop main character is human. Treason at Helm's Deep
Is a rider of Rohan.
is a rider of Rohan person. And then in Mines of Moria,
He's a dwarf.
you're a dwarf.
Yeah.
There we go, chat. What's it going to be? Dwarves or humans all in the same armor? Which do I want to see drawn
as
for
much
humans?
as I enjoy draw handsome Vikings, aka Riders of Rohan, like, come on, dwarves, people.
But
You guys
dwarves,
know
though.
how much I love dwarves.
It's true. So we've got 1 vote for Legend of Weathertop and 2 votes for Mines of Moria so far.
This is Megas' theme, isn't it? Theme.
I was
Like
trying to
special
think of
theme.
that, actually. Did they do the one where you fight the robot in the carnival yet? That music? Like the...
No, they didn't play that one.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. We
shut
got a 2, 2, and 2. Chat is highly divided on this. They're like, they all sound good.
Well, I mean, if it's a draw, then I get to choose, so...
You get to break the tie. I will actually allow you to break the tie if it stays that way, but we'll see. Otherwise, we must bow to democracy. You played the Fellowship of the Ring video game 2001, 2002. Yeah. You know, I feel like some of the... sometimes I feel like I played a lot of the Lord of the Rings video games, and then I look into it, I'm like, I think I missed some. Like, I don't think I ever played War of the Rings 2 Towers, because they all came out around the films. They had all these other ones, and some of them were better than others, and like... So, we're choosing what book, Shadowner, we're going to be doing next, because we finished the first one. So, do we pick The Legend of Weathertop, where you have to find the Staff of Truth, powerful relic of the Edain, you play a human? Do we do Treason at Helm's Deep, where you have to fight with Saruman's minions and defend the walls of the Hornburg at the Battle of Helm's Deep, you play a rider of Rohan? Or do we play Mines of Moria, where you are trying to find the family's claim to lands that have been usurped by a wicked rival and make your fortune, and you're a dwarf. So basically, you are human in this one, trying to find a staff, a weapon. You are a rider of Rohan in this one, trying to win Helm's Deep. Or you are a dwarf here, trying to restore a dwarvish family's honor. And according to Terry... she has no opinion. I'm just joking.
No,
According to Terry, she really wants Mines of Moria because she loves dwarves.
Yeah, and also, like, I originally thought that was the one we are going to play before we started this one. Because, you know...
Democracy, though. You know, I listen, I speak.
Yeah,
but
the problem with democracy is democracy, actually.
Exactly. Again, we see... Well, maybe not. If they end up voting for Mines of Moria, then democracy will have shown that it's good for you. And thus...
And this... Democracy is good. If
And thus
democracy does what
good.
I want. then
Exactly.
that is good.
That's the key, right? As long as democracy does what I individually desire, it's good.
Wonderful.
Laugh because it's true. Oh, man. Democracy is good until it's not. Well, I mean, actually, what Winston Churchill said about it is very true, right? Which is that democracy is the worst possible system except for all the others. Which I think is probably true. Like... You know, it kind of sucks, but everything else sucks way worse, way more. So, you know, because we've tried the other ones. Let's be clear. Democracy is not the most recent standard. We've tried Empire, and not so much. I mean, we've tried, or not the oldest standard, I should say. I mean, yes, we tried it in Athens, but it was highly limited. Then a little bit with Rome. We've tried Empire. That's a disaster. Communism doesn't work. We've tried... other systems, oligarchic systems, autocratic systems. So
How about we install a magocracy?
Oh, what now?
It's like a political system they invented for D&D. Like, where, like, everybody's ruled by the most powerful wizards around.
Oh.
So,
I didn't know that was a term.
No, it is. Like, it actually is in the books. Magocracy. Magocracy?
Yeah, magicracy. Yeah.
Oh, magicracy, yeah.
So it'd be like a magicracy or a wizardocracy.
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 But, like, that is what Fae does, for example. And what the ancient realm of Netheril used to be. Apparently.
You prefer constitutional monarchies, Dragon? But see, you're a Tolkien nut, so of course you prefer constitutional monarchies. Like Dragonspear basically lives in the American Midwest, but he really is a transplanted Tory. Like, you're a Manchester United fan. Like, if it were up to you, Dragon, you should be on the floor of Parliament, like, arguing, and you're as a Man U fan. Like, that's really what Dragonspear is. Dragonspear is, like, straight up, like, really a British citizen who's stuck in, Michigan. Like, that's basically what this is. Witcherocracy, baby. How about a Mandaloriocracy? Because this is the way.
Oh, great. Disney is the ruler now.
There was a great line, actually.
What could go wrong?
A Mouseocracy. A Mickeyocracy. Ooh. Well, no, you know what it is, though? They said, the Mandalorian is not a race. It's a creed. Yeah. The best part of that is that he says it's not a race, it's a creed. And he says it to Carl Weathers, who played Apollo Creed in Rocky. Is the best. It's a creed. And there's just a moment of silence, and then they go on to talk about something else. No, fair enough. You would be labor. That's true, Dragon. But you're like a labor royalist. I was about to say,
did you call him a Tory? Like, that's like... Oof.
I was thinking Tory as in, like, if you're outside of America and you called someone a Yankee, that would be sort of a reference to, like, America in general. But if you called someone a Yankee inside the United States, if you're in the South, that means that you're one of those northern bastards. And if you're a Red Sox fan, that means that you're talking about the enemy. So the actual Yankee, it depends on where you are when you sort of say these things. So,
like, actually in Japan, a Yankee is something completely different. That's like a specific type of high school delinquent.
Oh, really?
Wear Hawaiian shirts or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like a New York. Yeah, but that's the same thing as the baseball fans. They all are like
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm totally joking.
Oh, I see.
I'm joking.
I don't know sports things.
I'm totally joking. No, I'm a big Red Sox fan, so I was just giving a hard time to the Yankee people.
Yeah, all my socks are black, so it's like all I can say about that.
Okay, last call, folks. Last call. So we've got right now a tie between Mines of Moria and Treason at Helm's Deep. And if it stays tied like this, then Terry's going to get the final decision between those two. And you already know that she's going to be all in for Helm's Deep. No, I'm kidding. She'll be all in for Mines of Moria. So now's the chance to get your vote or change your vote if you wish. That's true. No government also does not work. Agreed. Anarchy also doesn't function.
Did we try it?
There have been anarchic systems, but they never end up as anarchies. That's the problem. They always become something else, dictatorships or, I mean, we tried theocracies too, in the past, and that's also problematic.
Oof. Oh, God.
The Wild West. That's as close as you got, but there was a theoretical law, but yeah, it was pretty close to anarchy. I mean, if you guys want to see what an anarchy is like, just look at chat during a gamebook stream. I'm just kidding. Nonsense. It's all a democracy. Chat totally believes in itself. But yes, the Wild West is close. Okay, going once. Going twice. All right, Terry, you get the cover. So Treason at Helm's Deep or Mines of Moria. What's it going to be?
Guess. Take a wild guess.
And the winner is the winner is Mines of Moria, and I see that Wenchkin is just raided. Yay! Welcome, Wenchkin. Thanks for the raid, man. I appreciate it. Welcome, everybody.
Help, my cat is attacking.
I am closing up shop here in about 10 to 15 minutes, so we got about 10 minutes here. But welcome in, folks. We're just talking about the new game book that we're going to be playing, which is this one, which is The Mines of Moria. Good to see you, Wenchkin. Yes, so let's see. Oh, you know what? Interestingly, okay, I'm going to have to change this around. Because apparently the pre-created character... Oh, whatever, we're not going to do a pre-created character, so it doesn't matter.
I was about to say.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Although, now here's the question, though. Do you want it... Because you're going to be dealing with dwarves constantly, obviously, but do you want to have Laura as our main character?
No, I can do a dwarf.
Okay.
Dwarf.
Because the pre-created character is an adventurer and rogue who's a human male who, meets this dwarf who tells him the story.
Oh, I see.
So...
Okay, no, then it makes sense to not play a dwarf ourselves. So, I guess we can do Laura again? Now she's a more hardened adventurer, had her first adventure under her belt.
And she just said she wanted it, right? Yeah, and she wanted to be this hero and, blah, 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 blah. So, welcome in Winchkin and welcome in Raiders. We are figuring out the name of who our next character is going to be, which reminds me, I'm going to save this, since we are now... Music is awesome, by the way.
Yep.
Alright. January 7th, 2020. 2020. Okay. So, good. Now, so Laura Hopesinger, we will get rid of this time frame. Because I don't actually think time is going to be a thing in here. Is it? No, it might be, actually, yeah. Alright, so we'll keep the time. 0. And all this is the same, and okay. So, here we go. So I will just explain this little opening part. We are going to have maps again to this one. Although, this map is going to be a little bit different, I think. 2 location maps. Actually, yeah, let me make sure that I see the location map for the forge. Right, hang on a second. I need to make sure I have all the maps I need. Oh, yes, I see it. Okay. That's fine. So there is a section, it's a little bit different than the map that we had, but I'll be able to find it, so. Okay, good. Alright. So, a Hobbit character. We're going to stick with that. Let's see. Alright, play. Okay, equipment. Here we go. Alright, and then we do that. We're going to keep the same bonuses. We're going to keep the same damage. Track of damage in terms of damage taken. Yes. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't think I have other equipment here that are listed. Okay, good. So we also... I don't know if we have these other things. I just want to make sure that I'm not giving us stuff that we don't actually have. Okay, good. Yeah, so we have all different equipment that we're going to be using. Okay, here we go. So, this will give us a chance to read the opening as Terry is finishing this illustration. So here we go.
Yeah, I'm
people.
gonna be stuck on this chin for a year, I think, because God does he have a difficult to draw chin?
This is what happens when you're dealing with a giant of 8'9" billion. Okay, prologue. So we're just going to do the prologue, and that will lead us in nicely for when we play next month. Under the glimmer of brilliant starlight, campfires along the banks of the Silverlode promise warmth and companionship. A dark grove of pale-leafed malorns stands like a wall to the north on the far side of the river, forming one edge of the golden wood of Lorien. After traveling alone for weeks, you are drawn to the flames of one fire in particular. An acquaintance and fellow journeyman, Elmerel, told you some days ago of the gainful employ which may be acquired here. You creep forward to the campfire, staying low. Peering out from behind a leafy shrub, you find a strange sight. 2 distinct parties of dwarves, each composed of 7 members, sit around a roaring fire. From the furtive glances they cast at one another, you gather that the 2 groups have reached an uneasy peace. What can they be doing? Elmerel gave you no idea that so many would be waiting here, nor did he mention that they would be dwarves. You begin to circle the camp, trying to get closer. Snippets of conversation reach you, but they are spoken in Kuzdul. The words mean nothing to you. Yet their tone has become excited and combative. You sense conflict between the dwarves. Is this a ritual or an onrushing brawl? Puzzled, you withdraw to a comfortable hiding place before you can be discovered. Or have you? Your reverie is suddenly broken by a sharp exhalation behind you. There stands one of Durin's folk, quietly glaring at you. Glancing back at the campfire, you note that one of the 2 groups numbers only 6, obviously missing the fellow who faces you now, one hand on his knife. "Have you been sent by someone?" asked the dwarf in a suspicious tone. "A friend, Elmerel. He said you might have need of a sword and a good hand to wield it." You watch as he sits on the trunk of a fallen tree beside you. "I'm Bror." I like that one, Aaron. That's awesome. "I'm Bror, son of Bram, son of Bror," he asserts. "Son of Bram, son of Bror, son of Bram." Introducing himself. The dwarf glances about nervously as if spies might be lurking close by. "Would you like to make a fortune as well as right a terrible wrong?" Bror, son of Bram, son of Bror, is a typical dwarf. Short, stocky, fierce-looking, and not a lot of name imagination. I just made that part up. He has dark brown hair, and when standing is little over 4 feet tall. His beard is plaited and tucked into his belt. Bror wears a heavy cloak with a colorful red and brown hood, indicating clan and family. This sounds promising, you think to yourself, recalling your empty purse and growling stomach. Possibly. Go on, you say, as the dwarf's dark eyes glitter. He continues. For some time, my line of old Bror's family has been deprived of our rightful inheritance by my dishonest cousins, who want not only their share of the family wealth, but ours too. They accompany me even now and watch me like whites guarding a barrow. I have only a few minutes before they come looking for me. If you would help me, you must bring to light a will which rests deep within Moria, a will which can set aright the matter of our inheritance. Moria? You restrain a desperate cry. Moria is in ruins, and it must be 30 leagues or more from here. Bror grabs your arm with impressive strength and leans near to quiet you. Take the path along the river west of the Miramir, he urges. You must be quick. In 14 days, the traders acting on our behalf will return from Lorien, and then we'll be forced to leave this camp. You must return before then, or you'll never find us, and we will lose this slim chance of regaining what's rightfully ours. We've long known of this will, he goes on, growing more serious, but we, my kin and I, are unable to recover it. Our greedy cousins watch us too closely. It's our good fortune that El Morel sent you to us. I'm confused, you say, about the origin of the will. Bror sighs, glancing toward the fire. So little time. There are actually 2 wills. It came about thus. Bram, my father and old Bror's son, was a member of Balin's ill-fated expedition to Moria some years ago. They were trying to begin a new dwarvish colony there, you see. In any case, Bram took with him 1 copy of old Bror's will. He hid that copy in our family's great hall in Moria. Bror points west, off towards the Misty Mountains. If my father had become prosperous in Moria, I would have joined him there. But he did not. Instead, Bram was slain by orcs. When this news reached us at Erebor, the original will of my grandfather, old Bror, was destroyed by our grasping cousins. Have I mentioned that I really hate my cousins? Because I'm going to mention it 5 more times before the end of this discussion. Substituting their own version of the original will, they've now taken away all that is rightfully ours. My brothers and sisters want their share of the family's lands and wealth. We must have the copy of the true will hidden in Moria. Indeed, you comment. And with your cousins watching, I suspect they would resort to violence if you or one of your brothers made ready to enter the Black Pit. Precisely. If I were to enter Moria for the true will, my cousins, those jerks, would follow and stop at nothing to prevent its contents from coming to light. Bror hurriedly continues. I've decided to send 2 agents, unlikely but capable, to find the will in our great hall and bring it back. I would wish you then to escort my nephew, young Bane, into Moria. He knows how to find the will. To you I could not describe the intricate mechanism which I suspect guards it. I would send him alone, but he's very young and headstrong. The pair of you stand a better chance. You begin to protest, but Bror raises his hand. He is a dwarf. One of us. Powerful, fierce, proud. First name with B and R beginning it. You could find no better companion to see you through Moria. I insist. You wonder what commission you might ask. Such a task might prove to be very dangerous, you tell him, taking a first step toward a favorable bargain. Very dangerous, yes, he replies in a whisper, for the great hall of my family is hidden deep within Khazad-dûm. Khazad-dûm, Moria, the Black Pit. By any name, it is the greatest of all underground cities in Middle-earth and rightfully a place of legend. It would be interesting to see the halls of Moria, you admit, but I have other interests which might suffer from any lack of attention. Although you have every intention of undertaking the task, you are determined to make the best possible exchange for your services. Yet exactly, Ridnell, a bit hot-tempered. No, Mr. Batman, then I give you permission to die. Moments later, you reach an agreement and seal it with family oaths. You will search for and return with a will. Any treasure you find in the tunnels is yours to keep. However, you swear solemnly not to deface further the dwarf mines of Moria. I have an old map of the secret tunnel my ancestors built to join our great hall with the heart of the dwarf city. The entrance to this tunnel stands near Balin's more recent dwellings, but still far below the chamber of Mazarbul. Of course, it's been many years since a member of our family of jewelers walked these passages, for the Balrog, Durin's Bane, long reigned in our ancient house. It is possible that passages have been delved since this map was drawn, but at least it shows the Forbidden Library available to you now by buying it from Alligator Alley Entertainment, written by... No, since the Great Hall, and that is where you must go. This key I give you now will open secret passages and chambers throughout our family's holdings. The key which he hands you is a flat-faced iron plate with a small knob on the back. You immediately recognize it as a rune key which can reveal the hidden tunnels Bror, son of Bram, speaks of. There are 2 or 3 other things which may be of aid to you, Bror continues, looking around nervously. They're in this pouch which I will leave with you before I go. Remember, beware the many traps, dwarvish as well as those orc-made, and orcs there are within Moria. Bror quickens his final instructions as you both hear the sounds of cracking branches and approaching footsteps. Your complete lack of connection with my family is important to the success of our plans, as is your honesty, he tells you, because as I've said now 5 times, boy do I hate my cousins. I do not wish to risk being seen with you. I'll await your return at the appointed place and time, here in 14 days. To speed your journey, avoid Lorien and the elves, who will not allow you entry into the Nath of the Golden Wood. Stay south of the river. The path will lead you to the Dimril Dale and onto the Dimril Gate of Moria. I shall send along young Bane now, he knows the way. May good fortune go with you. Bror disappears silently, a shadow in the mist. The night is cool but pleasant. While you await the appearance of the young dwarf who is to be your companion for the next fortnight, you open the large leather pouch which Bror has left with you. The pouch contains a rather old but well-drawn parchment map. So there's that. And it also contains my lost page that I lost. Okay, there it is. A lockpick. Oh, we got us a lockpick. Okay. All right, we got a lockpick. Boy, I hate my cousins. The voice echoes into the forest as his footsteps fade away. Okay. 3 doses of a healing herb, Morena, which reduces your damage taken by 10 and may be used at any time. All right. Okay. So we got a lockpick. We've got healing herbs. Let's see. In addition to the equipment given you by Bror, you may also have 14 days worth of marching rations. Oh, nice. This is the Chrono Cross. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's not 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 8. Ah, so good, Chrono Cross music. Alright, Waybread. Alright, 14 days of Waybread. And then a water skin. Okay, hold on a second, I'm just... Okay, because I'm going to need more room for stuff here. Okay, Waybread, then we got a water skin. We've got a suit of leather armor. So she's in leather armor this time now. Mm-hmm. And a haversack. Oh, yeah.
A handy haversack.
Handy haversack. And in addition, you may take up to 2 of the following items. Okay. So this will be the one and only vote that we're going to get this time, because then we're going to be wrapped up here. So 2 of the following items, chat, we can have. We can also have... Hold on a second. We can have a shield. Okay. A shield. a short sword, a mace, bow, a bow and 12 arrows, a quarterstaff. Okay, and then there's one or other item, so... No, I don't want to do that. Because there's 7 items, and I only can fit 6, so... And then the last thing is a magical ring, which adds +1 to your magical bonus while worn. Now, right now we have a -1 for magical, so if we got that ring, then we would be even up on magic. So there's that for a while. Surprising. So this is what we got, chat. So you've got a shield, a short sword, a mace, a bow and 12 arrows, a quarterstaff, a spear, and a ring. In fact, let me say a quarterstaff.
Wait, how many weapons? How are we going to carry all of that?
No, you choose up to 2.
Oh.
Of any of these things. So technically we could bring no weapons, but, I mean, you know.
Sure, that's a smart thing to do. No, don't go on this desk.
Okay, so a shield, a short sword, a mace, a bow and 12 arrows, a quarterstaff or a spear, or a magic ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and then the 2 highest vote getters will be the 2 items that we get. So which 2 items should we take, chat? A shield, a short sword, a mace, a bow and 12 arrows, a quarterstaff or a spear, a magic ring. So I'm going to take the top 2 vote getters from here. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. I'll take it one at a time. So the top vote getter will be one of the items, and then I'll just remove that from the list and we'll vote on the rest. So just vote for one item, and then the one that you want the most, and then we'll vote again for the second item. So right now we got a short sword. I don't know. I don't know if we have a class. I guess we're kind of a rogue fighter, I would say. Like kind of a rogue/fighter. Echo is kind of the basic feel, which I think also fits Laura's character, frankly.
Well, she's a hobbit, so.
Right. So, and she's decent with missile. Actually, the Missilobi is pretty good, so she's decent with that. So the bow is not a bad idea either. And that magic ring would be nice to compensate for our one. We only have one thing that's a negative, and that's our magical. So the magic ring would compensate for that. So the -1 magic. That's how when we first created the character, we had to do one thing that was a -1, and that's what we chose was magic. So. But again, you can just get in your vote for whatever you want first, and then you get to vote for a second item. Yeah.
Look at our tiny girl.
He almost looks like it's a cross between like the King and I, or I was expecting him to do like be our guest, put on like I just
yeah.
He looks like some huge massive servant. Like, what do you want? Okay, so get in your votes, people. Get in your votes. Last call here on the first item that we're going to take. A shield, a short sword, a mace, a bow and 12 arrows, a quarterstaff or a spear, or a magic ring. What's up, Azores? My vote gives us 13 items already. A giant manservant from a James Bond film in that coat and goatee. Yeah, he's Odd Job, right? Without the hat. Alright, here we go. Going once. Going twice. And...
Like, I'm not sure if I should, like, point out the part about how you called the black dude that he, like, looks like a servant.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
I don't. Who said what? I don't get it. What do you mean?
No, because you said he looks like a servant.
I did. Well, big. First of all, it wasn't me who said that. That was Rudnell. A giant manservant from a James Bond film. No, a manservant.
But like before that, you said that too, right?
I said he looked like the Be Our Guest guy. But that guy's not
like Lumiere.
Yeah, exactly. That's not.
He looks like a candelabra.
Well, no, I mean obviously in his human form. He doesn't actually look like a candle. Okay.
I'm so not following.
Short sword is one item. Okay. Okay. So that takes out short sword. Okay. So now, this is what we've got left. We've got a. I'll put the magic ring up here so not to confuse people. And there we go. Okay. And then this is... All right, we've got a short sword. So now, second vote, and this will be the last vote of the day. So this is our last item. So we got one item. So we got our short sword. So we have a weapon now. So now the question is, what item should we take? Should we take a shield? Should we take a magic ring? Should we take a mace? Should we take a bow and 12 arrows? Should we take a quarterstaff or a spear? So that's what we've got. What's it going to be, folks? We have a short sword, so shield, a magic ring, a mace, a bow, and 12 arrows. Yeah, I think all this makes sense. I could see the value of a shield. I could see the value of the ring. I could see the value of a bow and 12 arrows because of it being ranged. I don't think a mace, a quarterstaff, or a spear makes a lot of sense here just because, you know, we already have a melee weapon. But a bow and 12 arrows or a magic ring or a shield, I could see any of those three. Looks like people are looking at that magic to kind of shore up our last weakness. I mean, Laura really has no weaknesses, you know, essentially. I mean, like, pretty much, but... It's so funny, that picture. I also like how the camera's like down by her, so it's like to look up even make him look even more like enormous.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Huge.
Like otherwise I wouldn't have been able to fit them both in the same picture.
Yeah, that's right, Drew. Yeah. Well, you could have done like from a long distance, right?
Yeah,
like
but
just
then
in
I
a field or something.
I did want him to be at least somewhat recognizable.
Yes. Okay, and...
Even though his face is really difficult to draw. Like, I think the main issue is that I always draw my characters with really, really thin necks. But, like, he has, like, his neck is as wide as his head, so...
Oh, well, that, of course, is what you get for being Shaq. Oh,
yeah,
now I understand why you were saying the black guy. Because Gildor, I was thinking of him as the height. I didn't necessarily think that he was black. Now it all makes sense.
Well, I mean, this is like Shaq cast.
Yeah, no, I get now it all makes sense to me. Okay, this is even funnier than I thought. Okay, that's awesome. Yes, then I get what you mean. That's unfortunate. That would not have been what I was, because I was like, what are you talking about? Why would I say that about Gildor? And you're like, no, it's not Gildor. It's I forgot it's Shaq elf.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I told you I was gonna draw him as Shaq.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Not as tall as Shaq, no, as Shaq.
I love it. Absolutely awesome. And of course, and he is, you know, he's like he did play and a genie in, like, I think not Shazam, but Shazam or whatever it was.
Kazam, I think.
Kazam.
Kazam.
All right. So Shaqdor, there you go.
Yes, Kazam.
There is our magic item. So there it is, chat. We have stamina 36 out of 36. Currently time is at 0. Luck is strength, so we're at 8 right now. Stamina is endurance, that's 36. and agility is 9. Our intelligence is 4. We currently have, I don't believe we have any gold at the moment. We do, however, have 14 provisions. So let me get rid of the 14 days because we got 14 of those. Okay. So we've got that. We've got a water skin. So we've got that. Then we've got a lockpick. We've got healing herbs. I'm gonna put that one first, actually. We've got reduced damage by 10 each time. We've got a lockpick, a water skin, a suit of leather armor, a haversack, handy haversack, a short sword, and a magic ring, which is +1 to magical, which means that we are currently at 0 instead of being at none, basically. Kazam, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. There you go. That's right.
I said so.
She said, Tara got it right.
You
It was definitely
never
Kazam.
listen to me.
It was Kazam. I believe you. Totally believe.
Sad.
Totally believe. Kazam.
But yeah, I'm done with this.
All right. I'm going to turn my full attention to that in just a second. This is saved, so we will be good for Mines of Moria as our book starting next time, which is going to be awesome. Now.
No, cat, don't eat my headset.
And now, while the cat is eating the headset, we will head over and see what we did today during our drawing stream.
Yes, you can eat my hoodie, that's fine, but don't eat the headset. Okay, so, like, while we were waiting for stuff to happen, I had to get this out of my system.
we did the Arv pony with my little quill on the left back leg.
Ow, that's my hand.
Glasses, hat, and beard. I absolutely love that. That's saying I like to envision myself as Aragorn. These are all true facts. I absolutely adore this. So that's me in pony form. I love it.
Yeah, it's like kind of my thing that I really like to ponify people and things, like especially flags and coats of arms.
Yeah.
Like a whole series of pictures just of flag ponies. Like
awesome.
People always give me flag for that. Pun not intended, but I'll take it. Because people are like, but this country already has a pony based on it. And I'm like, I don't care.
Exactly. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Arv Poneron.
Like, I remember people getting really offended when I drew a pony based on... Was it Argentina? I think it was Argentina. Was it Argentina or Poland? I don't know. One of them is like a really like beloved like fan pony based on it. And I'm like, yeah, but like that doesn't fit my design philosophy of like how to do this. Help! The cat is trying to eat my hair. Cat, go away, please. I live dangerously. But yeah, here is Laura running.
Yeah, I love this. Like, this is the super like racing. I've got to get to Hobbiton. And this is Laura. Basically, this is the origin story, right? This is the formation of Laura into the hero who will then go into the mines. Like that's how this works. I love
forgot
that.
to draw her headband properly. Like there's only the bow, not the.
Oh
band.
yeah, but I love the speed lines though. The speed lines are getting the job done there.
Cat, stop trying to attack my ponytail, please.
No
She's
pony
like
deserves
sitting
that.
on the back part of my chair, like so on the height of my head, and it's just there's like a bundle of hair there. Let me just devour it.
So this is Laura running. Awesome stuff. And then last but
help. And then we have our tall guy.
Our tall guy, which is just like, he's like, I just love, he's just sort of staring down. He's just like, yes, I am welcome, young one. First follow me with the elves, second watch as I go downtown and drive the lane and dunk the ball.
What?
Hardcore. That's what I do. My name is
That's how
Shaq.
Shaq talks.
Now, Shaq talks basically like this. He always sounds really bored. He says like 2 things, and then he's done. He's an analyst now, so he talks like this. He says something clever, maybe, not really, and then, yeah. Anyway, huge dude, big guy. She's Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman 2. Yeah, well, I mean, maybe. That's, Tara, you mean, as a crazy cat lady being mauled by her cats. Just a single cat. Just one cat doing this. Anyway, this is great. I loved all of these. We had Pony, we had Laura on the run, and we have Shackdor, the elf Shaquille O'Neal, looking down at Laura. And most importantly, we did all this with amazing drawings, and we won with our Tolkien quest. So this is going to be good stuff. Terry, it was, as always, a pleasure. And, of course, I will see you for this, of course, next week for more Adventures of Middle-earth.
Yes!
Starting earlier, remember. That's going to be starting at, I believe, 10 or 10:30 Eastern.
You told me, because
Sorry?
I wasn't aware. Good thing you told me,
yeah,
because I wasn't aware.
It's starting 2 hours earlier, I believe. It's either 10 or 10:30. We need to check in the Discord to make sure.
I'm just going to be here.
With the Mal, so okay. Yeah. But that's the deal with that. Where else will the lovely people see you next year?
Here. Just
okay.
here.
Just here.
Yeah. Like, help. Like, probably here, unless my cat mauled me. Like, she's just so fascinated by my headset. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's very exciting.
Well, it glows, so that's...
Oh, well,
that's
then I mean, listen, you've no one to blame yourself.
Yeah. Well, I had the headset before I had the cat, so...
Still, you should have anticipated this moment. You should have realized that this would happen someday. So we will see you here. Do you have any cons planned or anything like that?
No, nothing planned. Help. Just survival at the moment.
Okay, should I let you go so you can survive?
I think the cat wants to play, so I should go do that. But
right.
Yeah, as always, a big pleasure. In this case, a very tall pleasure.
Yes.
So,
very tall pleasure. Thanks,
very
Terry. Always
pleasure.
Amazing stuff. And thank you for the pony drawing. I like that too.
You are welcome.
So I will see you in a week. And chat, can we
Yes.
get some love? As I see, we already have some already. Thanks for the drawings. Take care, Terry. Run for Terry. Thank you very much, Terry. And we will see you next week.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. So that is going to... Whoops, hold on a second. Wait a moment. Let me just address that for just a second so I can fix this and get rid of what I need to. All right. That was awesome, actually. Where's my webcam at? There it is. Okay. So awesome stuff today, folks. I had a really good time. Always have a fun time with Terry. We I think have similar senses of humor in a lot of ways. So we always have a good time kind of joking around with each other. And, you know, I'm always interested to see how things get handled with her cat and how that all gets addressed. But this was great. I had a really good time. I hope you folks did as well. And that you are looking forward to more of this, which we have coming down the pike next month. But we have got stuff coming up today, and then later on, it was you today. Yes, thank you, Echo, for the excellent dice whispering today. You did a good job today. I didn't have to do anything. It was all about you and picking that number because we didn't get into a combat. So, yeah, so that was good stuff. But I want to thank everyone for being here and remind everyone about ways to support us again. Again, the channel you should follow if you haven't done so already. Check out the YouTube !ArvTube. The Twitter is !ArvTweets. Check out the Discord !ArvCord. You can find out all of that on my website for this channel, arvanellarun.com. That's also where I keep my updated schedule. We also have on the financial side of things the shop !Arv shop. If you want to see more of that amazing illustration from TariToons, you definitely will want to pick up some of the Adventures of Middle-earth stuff that we can get with her illustrations on the !Arv shop. And you can also, of course, get Curse of Strahd, Infinity and Beyond stuff there, and soon we'll be able to get some Esper Genesis material there as well. On the other financial side, we have the Patreon, !Arvtran right there, sitting at $3.23. That also is really awesome, and that the more that goes up, the better that we can do and support various things that we like to do on this channel, including video commissions and the like, and game purchases and things like that. So please consider doing that. And last, but you can get cool stuff for yourself as well as stuff for the channel, by the way. And last, but certainly not least, is that sub button. I think we're sitting today at about 82 subs, if I'm not mistaken. So we're continuing to push onwards and upwards with that. And I hope people will be able to jump on board and continue to do stuff for subbing, because that allows us to do a lot of things as well. You can get custom sub badges and emotes and things like that, which you can use here, there, and everywhere across the Twitch. And you can do that by clicking on that sub button right above that video window. But that is is going to do it for me for the moment. I will be over in a little over a half hour over at GOG for Pen and Pixels and moving into the home stretch of Return of the Obra Dinn, which has been a great game. I've had a lot of fun with that. So that'll be coming up soon as well. And I want to thank as well Wenchkin for the raid today and Terry for the host. And I believe Echo was hosting as well. So thank you for those of you who hosted and raided today. I appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll be back on this channel on Friday, definitely with Esper Genesis, possibly earlier if I do a bonus stream. I don't know if I will. I did a bonus stream last night, so I don't know if I'll do another one this week before Friday, but we will see about that. And remember, next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday will be the first of the D&D community games being played with Shadowed Mage as your DM and starring Echo Alpha X5, Kilobyte, Rock God, and Hoodie as your players, the Dragon of Icespire Peak. So that's what's going to be happening. It's going to be good times. So that is going to do it for me. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Rudinel and Dragonspear, for holding down the fort. Thank you as always to Echo Alpha for being here. I appreciate it very much, Echo, and thank you for the excellent dice rolling today. Thank you to Nonstop, to Big Boss SNK, Commander Dunsel, Arenth, Rhiannon, and Shadowner. All of those, plus Echo and Rudinel and Dragonspear, I believe, all subs to the channel, so thank you all so much for all of that. Thank you to my viewers, Aiden Seabear, Shuffled, Commander Root, ECAG, Electrical Longboard, Gabriel Furlong. Thank you to Galadriel Bot. Not at all an alternative Dragonspear. Thank you to Gamora. Thank you to J-Rab. What's up, Jay? Thank you to Magaxa. Thank you to Mubot, I guess. Thank you to Mrs. Dunsel. Thank you to New Synthetic. Thank you to Poltergeist Zero, Sash119, Cher Shavy. Thank you to you, Christensen, V&K, Virgo Praz. And thank you as well to Coven Guy, who was here and doing other stuff mod-wise. And also thank you to, thank you to Coven Guy as well for earlier on as well. Thank you all. Much love to everybody for all the goodness. You were all lovely people, and I will see you all over at GOG. No raid today because we're going to be going over to GOG for Return of the Obra Dinn and Pen and Pixels in just about a half hour. I will see you then. Until that time, everyone be good to each other. And Night of the Nazgul complete. Next up, Mines of Moria. I'll see you all soon. Until then, be good to each other. Bye for now. Huh?